Happy Wednesday, everybody! Captain Coder here. Ooh, with a little bit of a thing stuck in my throat here. Captain Coder here on this beautiful Wednesday morning. I'm still recovering from that sickness. Oh my goodness, this sickness is just lingering. It's what I might refer to as a clinger. It's just clinging on. I feel like I haven't quite recovered from it. I'm still real sleepy. I have like congestion and a little bit of a throat thing. I think I didn't do it. I didn't take a test. I didn't end up going out anywhere. I didn't take a test, but I think I might have had I might have had the COVID. I might have had the COVID. I'm not sure though. It didn't seem that bad. I was just tired and phlegmy and tired and phlegmy and coffee, but I guess that's okay. But I keep wanting to say happy Monday, folks. I didn't stream yesterday, so it feels like a Monday, although I get the day wrong every time. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you happen to be in the world. Mooniz is here, folks. We got Mooniz, we got Sir Black Soul. Sir Black Soul, thank you for popping in, my friend. How are you on this beautiful day? It was nice seeing you yesterday during office hours. Thanks for popping in and hanging out and coding with us. Lance says good morning. So not this morning, but all good. A good morning to you too, Lance. I hope it's not too bad of a morning, but I hope you're getting by. I'm so happy you're here to spend some time with the captain and crew today. Happy to have you here on again, it's a beautiful Wednesday. Any day I can wake up and code is a beautiful Wednesday, folks. So happy to have you guys here. And don't forget, we got a giveaway going on. If you haven't heard me talk about it yet, we do have a giveaway happening on the Discord, folks. If you're not on the Discord and you'd like to get in on this giveaway this week on Saturday, we're going to be giving away a Captain Coder laser engraved tumbler brought to us by our very own wonderful MMO Pug. Look at that laser engraved tumbler. You could win this tumbler, folks. This tumbler, I'm going to pack it up, ship it off to whoever the winner is, anywhere the USPS, United States Postal Service, will let me ship it. Maybe I should unclick this. I'm worried that I'm going to be entered to win by having clicked this in here. So I suppose I should remove that. That would be real sketchy if the captain won the mug, wouldn't it? Not the mug. I keep calling it a mug. But so happy to have you guys here. Let's see, we also got Unity Coder says, one day everyone will redeem singing 24-hour serenade stream. Look, that's why it's there, cause a 24-hour serenade stream. That's really what the captain wants. That's what the captain needs. That's how the captain's gonna go viral. That's how that's the ticket. That's the ticket. Captain going viral. We have Mooniz saying, when I get to 50K points, gonna ask the captain to buy his house. 50K points, not enough. In this economy, have you seen the prices of houses? At least 55K. At least 55K for a small house. For a small house, that's right. Let's see, who else? Who do we see? I saw MMO Pug here. Happy Wednesday, my friend. So nice to have you here on this beautiful day, MMO Pug. The 16-ounce tumbler, yeah, it's the pints. There are the 30-ounce ones too. We're gonna be doing giveaways here. I wanna stretch it out. I'm gonna stretch them out. I'm not gonna give them all away at once. We're gonna do one a week here. We might do two a week. We'll see I just want to see how shipping them works. How many people, like if I have to ship out of it, I don't know. I've never done these giveaways. So I'm easing myself into it. But yeah, they're awesome. Absolutely wonderful. Sigian, so happy to have you here. You can ask better drawing of Captain. So, maybe I'll do a drawing of Captain's house. That would be, maybe a little bit more affordable. Maybe a blueprint of the Captain's house. Maybe that's what I need. Moon says I could get that by just asking Chat GPT. That's probably true. Nerdwolf said we should combine our points. Combine them. Yeah, you can give your points to other people, so you could combine them, become the ultimate point power. Maybe I should turn that feature off. I'm not sure. I also there's like a secret point system you guys don't know about, because at some point I want to transfer off of Stream Elements, because there's the points you get for just being here in the chat, just lurking, you get points. But there's a second type of points here. Yeah, maybe John, I did look at SFML. It looks, I'm really excited. I'm curious. I was gonna say really excited. I just was so disappointed with Monogame, but maybe John, good morning, my friend. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Happy Wednesday. So nice to have you here. I was just, the Monogame, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. Maybe I didn't even another chance later, but not liking it as of right now. So I'm going to try making an SFML one. Yeah. Look, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I thought you'd be better than this mono game. I thought you'd be better. But we're gonna give SFML Live. That's the simple, fast media library. Because I just want a tool that doesn't have a bunch of stuff built in. Yeah, I looked it up, and so there's the .NET. Let me get a browser open here so we can look at it. I haven't installed it. I had used it in C++ at a summer camp once. So when I was teaching at a summer camp, there was a summer camp where we did Python, assembly, and C++. And I've also used SDL2 and I think SFML. I've used it for the C in C as well. All right, so let's take a look here. SFML .NET. So there's an FFM. Yeah, so there's .NET bindings for it. The one thing I'm concerned about is that even with the bindings, you might have to install something. Sigian asks, why didn't you make a dictionary of cell info to sprite? That switch looks terrible. Cell info, that might have worked. So the cell info has more, so I couldn't do cell info to sprite because the cell info, I'd have to put every different combination in there, and the only thing I really care about are these, the actual number on the right here. I agree that this doesn't look that great. I could have switched, so a better switch might have been to just do it on this, but eventually I want to switch on whether or not it's been revealed. This was just me checking stuff out. That's a good question though, Sigian. I don't know. This is just what I happen to do to try and get it working at the time. I'm just exploring this. I'm not writing particularly great code. We do have a new member, folks. Nero Arc 2. Thank you so much for the follow. Nero Arc 2 has followed today, and I'd like to welcome you to Captain Coder's Academy. My friend, I'd like to welcome you and thank you again for following me on this Wednesday morning. So welcome, Nero Arc today. Nero Arc, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. So happy to have you here. Sigian, you are absolutely correct. This is some not so beautiful code. Luckily, we're just gonna get rid of this. We're not using this anymore. I don't want it. I was not a fan of the mono game, so we're gonna give another one. We're gonna try out. We're gonna try out the SFML library, see if we can get it working. And there's a new Git package for it. That I hope we can just use. All right, so we're gonna make a new directory here, and we're gonna call this SFML sweeper. All right, cd SFML sweeper, and we're gonna do a .NET new console. All right, so we're gonna make a new app here, and we're gonna see if we can get this working with the SFML library. We're just gonna add this in and see if we can get some windows. So what are my goals today? I want to check this out. I'm a computer science educator. For anyone who doesn't know, I want to find a library. I want to find a cross-platform way, a lightweight cross-platform way to get some windows up on the screen to let people do stuff. Let people click on some things, draw some pictures on the screen. It's a little bit. It's been trickier than I thought. So there are some. I'm trying to avoid using something like Blazor. So Blazor would create like a web page that you could do it in. I can't use WinForms because WinForms is Windows only. Maui requires a bunch of extra knowledge for doing XAML UI setup stuff. I just want something simple where everything we're focused on is just doing the coding to get things drawn on the screen. And I haven't found that. So I'm not in Java, for example, I'm not a huge fan of like Swing, but it's a great way to teach how some of that stuff works. Like, okay, so here's this idea of a window, here's this idea of a layout, here's this idea of this and that. And it's not built in with like some drag and drop editor. And so I'm looking for something like that. That's why I think Godot doesn't meet the criteria. Godot, although being a rather small, quote unquote, lightweight game engine, is a batteries included because it comes with a bunch of stuff already implemented. I want lightweight. I'm looking for a lightweight framework for just getting some Windows stuff. Thought Monogame might be it, but I'm not. The silent failures in Monogame have really turned me off of it, just because from a learning perspective, super hard to debug when your program just fails silently and you don't get it. I want my programs to fail fast. Give me error messages and tell me what's going on when there's an exceptional case. So the example I'll give is if I didn't specify the exact file name properly, the program just wouldn't open, but I'd get no output in the terminal. We've got Corfless here. Corfless, happy Wednesday, my friend. So nice to have you here on this beautiful day. Tommy Luco, welcome, my friend. Yo, Tommy Luco, how are you? It's so nice to see you over here. We got a follow. We got a new member of the crew, folks. Tommy Luco, I think you're over on the DevDead. I think I recognize Tommy. But thank you so much for the follow. I do stream. And you know what, Tommy? Because you are now a member of the crew, Tommy Luco, thank you for following me. Yeah, Tommy Luco, I'd like to welcome you to the crew, 'cause you're in the crew and the captain says things, and I'd like to welcome you today to Captain Coder's Academy. Oh, welcome to the crew. Tommy Luco, welcome to the crew, my friend. So happy to have you here on this beautiful day. That's right. Everyone who follows the captain gets themselves a nice little song. If I ever miss someone, look, I know sometimes people follow. So for example, I see Whale Nugget followed, but I don't think Whale Nugget's here. Whale Nugget followed because the DevDad, let's give a shout out real quick to the DevDad folks. DevDad, shout out. I was over there checking out the DevDad. Amazing software developer, streamer, and father, building a productivity app called Embedder in his spare time. You can watch it all unfold on a stream. If you like the way the captain explains things, I know a lot of people say they really enjoy the way I explain stuff. I think the DevDad 10 times better. 10 times better. I've learned a ton of stuff about React over there, especially the test-driven development in React, which has been awesome. Tommy says, but what do I see here? Windows, I know. We are on Windows. I'm actually a big Linux guy. Typically, I use Linux. That's not true. On my stream, I'm always on Windows because that's just where my streaming setup is set up. But on, I was a Linux guy for a long time. Now I work at a school that is a cross, bring your own device. So I have to know Windows, Mac, and Linux, and know how to get them, how things work for my students. But McNets, welcome back, my friend. So nice to see you on this beautiful Wednesday. How are you? Oh, we got another crew member, folks. We got Krista. I'm gonna try and Christ, aka Bella. Is it Christ, aka Bella, or Christac Abella? I'm gonna go with Christac Abella because I think that'll be easier to stream. Christac Abella, welcome, my friend, to Captain Coder's Academy. Christac Abella, you are here, and I'd like to thank you for following me. Thank you again for following me. I'd love to have you here. Yeah. Chris Dacabella, thank you for being here. Chris Dacabella, I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Please correct me. I want you to feel welcome here at Captain Coder's Academy. So if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, do not hesitate to correct me. So happy to have you here though. Tommy Luke says, I'm a diehard Linux user. I was for many years. When I was in industry, I essentially only used Linux. And so learning Mac was a huge, not challenge, but was a huge new, like a brand new thing for me to do.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness, we got the Dev Dad with the raid. You raided me yesterday, Dev Dad. I appreciate the raid. I really do. Dev Dad. Thank you for raiding me. Yeah, Dev Dad. I'd like to thank you again. Now he's a developer and he's a dad. And he streams in the morning. He's such a great dad. Dad, I don't know what I would do without you on the stream. Dad, thank you so much for the stream, my friend. Did you guys know dad rhymes with dad? I almost said sad, but I decided dad was... Dad's not sad. It's an excellent stream over there. Toxic Toast asks, Captain, are you open for commissions? I need a new ringtone. Look, I'll get you in touch with my agent and we can talk. We also got Des1 Red State in the house, folks. Welcome aboard, everyone. So happy to have you here. Is Whale Nugget here? Whale Nugget, are you here? Because I know you were over on Dev Dad stream. You clicked follow, so I saw that you followed, and then you get yourself a song if you're still here, Whale Nugget. Otherwise, we'll have to tell Whale Nugget they get to redeem that at some point here in the future. Whale Nugget's here, so all right. So let me think. Whale Nugget. Yes, I would like to welcome you to the crew now. Whale Nugget's here, and you are now a member. Whale Nugget, my friend, I'd like to welcome you. Whale Nugget, yes, you are now a part of the crew. Whale Nugget, thank you so much for following, my friend. So happy to have you here on this beautiful day. We got a good, sometimes the songs come out good, sometimes not so good. But we got a good one there.
Whoa.
That's right, Mr. Natural. Whoa. That's right, Mr. Natural. We got a whoa going on. But thank you so much for the follow, folks. So happy to see you here on this beautiful Wednesday. I'm so sorry if I missed some chat. Things are just flying by here. Tommy Luke says you're going to lose your voice if it keeps going like this. Possibly. No, Whale Nugget, I appreciate you. I love it when you click that follow button. It warms Captain Coder's heart. All right, so anyone who's new here, Captain Coder is me. I am Captain Coder, and Captain Coder is a computer science educator. I teach computer science and programming at a school for ages 10 to 14, but I've gotten into I've only been streaming since essentially January, really, but December 1st. Since December 1st. And so I'm just, barely figuring out how to stream in my free time. I started streaming to do, I did Advent of Code. I taught a class last term called, Intro to Competitive Program Talk. So I'm curious, do you sing for your students? I don't think I've ever sung for my students. That's an interesting thought. I think that they would be very groany if I sing into my students. Tommy Luke says lukewarm salt water is the way to go, by the way. I'll have to try that. Mostly I stick to bean water, which just dries your throat out, but it's delicious. Dobstar says he doesn't sing for them, he sings to them. I sing at them, it's more meaningful. I sing at them. That's right. So what are we working on today? So as I said, I'm a computer science educator. We are working on creating a project for my students. I'm teaching a C# class. This is like, some people, this is their third C# class. Some people, this is their second C# class. Everyone in it has the basics down. So lists, variables, if statements, loops. I'm trying to create. So I'm exploring creating a project for them, and I think we're gonna do a MineSweeper game. And so but we're going to try and do a MineSweeper game in the following way. We're going to implement a headless version of MineSweeper, so just the logic. So we have just the logic of it. So there's no UI, there's no user interaction, so it's just the logic, and I've written a bunch of unit tests for them to use. And so basically with this, they're going to get a MineSweeper, a memes. Ooh, maybe we should call it MimeSweeper. Ooh, Tommy, Tommy, for your ad points, Tommy, for your contributions, for putting this idea in my head. 50 points to you. We might be doing a MimeSweeper. Consider me swept, Mono-ness. Mono NZ. Is it Mono-ness? I'll just call you Mono. Another whoa, Corpless. Thank you for the whoa. Toxic Toast, I'm the guy that sits in the corner, black hoodie, earphones, and metal, and codes. Good for you. Good for you. You're the coding man. You're the coding man that people say, oh man, that guy's probably hacking the Starbucks Wi-Fi. I better be careful. Lance says to Corpless, you can use shop to get a list of the things to spend points on. That's true. Finally remember, thank you so much. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's right. We do have a little bit of a shop there. Folks, for anyone who's new, since we got a lot of people here, I want to make sure people know we're doing a giveaway, folks. We are doing a giveaway over on the Discord. We are giving away this Captain Coder. It's a little hard to see here, but with this Captain Coder, 16-ounce Captain Coder laser engraved tumbler brought to us by the fabulous MMO Pug, folks. This tumbler right here, it could be yours. Look at this tumbler. Look how sweet this is. You could put bean water in this. You could put salt water in this. You could put, green water in it. Get yourself a tumbler. All you got to do is come, join the Discord. Go to that. You don't have to join the Discord if you don't want to, but if you want to sign up for the giveaway, join the Discord. Click any one of these reactions. Any one of these reactions enters you to win. Each reaction only enters you once. One entry. It doesn't matter. I haven't tried beer in it, but it might work. It might work. Don't listen to Cap. Don't listen to Cap. That's right, Dev Dead. Don't listen. Oh man, this is quite a morning. But welcome aboard, everybody. I know I'm all over the place. I was going to show you. So you're going to implement the headless version of MineSweeper, and then we're going to implement. The students are going to implement. Where am I? I'm in the wrong folder here. MineSweeper, and then we have the a console version. So we made a console version of MineSweeper as well. So let me. Oh yeah, that's why I was pulling this up. So we have a console version of MineSweeper that looks like this. So this looks pretty sweet. So the students are gonna learn how to install these like new libraries using the NuGet packages. So we have a MineSweeper game here. Tommy looks at it's not written in Rust. Are you even a coder? Look, Rust is a great language. Rust is not a language I would want to try and teach to maybe to my students as an sort of introductory. Yeah, so we have this terminal. This is a TUI, T-U-I, terminal user interface. So they're gonna do a terminal user interface. So we have this MineSweeper game here. There's gonna be one here, and then there's gonna be one here, which tells me there must be one here, and here. Nothing here. That one can't be here, so there must be one here. There must be one here. Oh, and then we got a 50-50, guys. We got a 50-50, I think. No, it can't be this one. Oh, we won. There we go. Speedrunning the MineSweeper, that's right. And you can change difficulties. We've got 3, 1, 2, 3 difficulties. So if you want to get blown up too fast, you can do that. So we're implementing a MineSweeper game in my class, and they're going to have to implement a terminal-based version of the MineSweeper, and then I really want them to implement a simple GUI-based version. So I'm evaluating some options for it. I tried out Mono Game. I did not like it. Honestly, I do not understand the hesitance on teaching Rust as a first language. Our biggest issue starting Rust as being difficult is just that we had to shift our mindset on how coding works. Tommy, let me tell you though, I am a huge fan of Haskell and OCaml and functional programming languages. I'm a huge fan of functional programming languages, and I would love to teach a functional programming class. Rust might be, so I don't know enough about Rust. Maybe I need to spend some more time with Rust specifically, but I have taught some functional programming classes before. There's so many resources with other beginning friendly languages. Is a first language is a good choice. I actually, Toxic Toast. I like my languages to be statically typed. That's my only complaint with trying to use Python as a first language. When I've used Python as a first language, students struggle so much to go to statically typed languages. But if they go from a statically typed language to Python or Java, like a non-statically typed, so going from something like Java or C# or C to Python or JavaScript, no problems. But going the other way is way too, like, students just fall off the face of the earth. It's so weird how the order it's not weird, I guess it makes sense. The order you introduce things is so important as an educator to keep students from not just getting discouraged by something that is new and strange. That said, starting with Rust would be interesting. I need to figure out a way to approach it. I have taught Scheme as a first language. Nerdwall says, so you recommend starting on something like Java or C#? I like those two languages personally. I think Java is a really tricky language so one of the reasons I really like C# for is the console programs. You can just start writing. You don't have to explain what a class is. Did I not make, what did I do? Didn't I make a folder here? Sorry. Oh, I called it SFML sweeper. So one of the things I really like is that C# as of .NET 6, you can just start writing code like this. There's a REPL for C#, so there's an interpreter. So there are lots of things to do it. Toxic Toast, are you getting money from advertising? Replying to Tommy Luco. Teaching them Nix, it's functional, really easy to learn. So Tommy, I actually taught a course last term called Command Line Kung Fu, which was a Linux-based course where students learned how to program and do a bunch of shell scripting and all sorts of stuff. That class was awesome. But and so we actually used NixOS in that class. Just a heads up, like we did use NixOS in that class. Absolutely love teaching that class. Let me make sure my break timer reset properly. It did. Okay. Java's hard because Java's more difficult than C# because you have to start with like this public static void. Main thing, there's a bunch of stuff wrapped around it that you just have to say, oh, I promise, just trust me that you don't have to understand that. You just trust me, you don't have to understand that stuff. It'll work, I promise, and you'll figure it out later. I really like C# because you can hop in and they have top level program like this, and you can just start writing stuff. So I don't think that Java's Spring Boot. Yeah, I think that there is a lot of magic that is visible in the code for Java right off the bat. One of the things that makes Python so great is there doesn't look like there's that much magic. What you see is the program just runs top to bottom. The other thing I really like about C# is these polyglot notebooks. Let me open up a polyglot notebook real quick. Let me find one to open. Or let me just make one. So polyglot no, I'm gonna open one because I just want to make, I don't want to, there's some, I need to make sure it doesn't show any of my student information when I do it. So let me copy this here. So a polyglot, come on, let me copy you. Can I really not copy and paste?
Whoa.
I can't. Let me make a copy of it here. And then, what the heck? Copy, paste. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me here. Something weird doing, open with code. Okay. So there's this thing called a polyglot notebook that lets us do C# directly. So for example, here's an array lesson that I'm giving to my students. And we start out talking about arrays. You can embed C# programs, not even whole programs, C# code snippets in these notebooks and hit run. and they'll just, you'll get output from them. And so, and students can just start writing here. So I don't have to teach them like a bunch of extra stuff surrounding how to get C# working, how to get Java working. So it's all about ease of entry. How do we reduce the level of entry to get students programming as quickly as possible? This is why Python, I think, is really good. Did we get another raid? Holy moly, Clayman Dev, thank you for the raid. Everyone, Clayman, let's give a shout out to Clayman Dev. Clayman, incredible indie game developer working on a physics-based superhero game called Epic Game Hero. You can watch his stream, check it out. You also got to go wishlist that game. If you want to check out an amazing game, click on that link. You got to go over to Steam. Look at this. This is a little bit dated, but that's okay. If you want a game where you get to shoot Kamehamehas, you got a game where you get to customize your character, build yourself up, gotta come down here and give this some love. Clayman, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Welcome aboard. How was your stream? Let's see. I was missing so much. If I missed something in chat, let me know. Sidian says, can you see my MineSweeper implementation on your Discord? I didn't see it yet. Let's go check it out. Where did you post it, Sidian? My MineSweeper implementation. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I can't, this is neat. How did you embed this in here? How's it work? You generate something and like able to paste it in? What is going on here? This looks cool. This is not an embed. How does it work? Nerd Waffle says, so C# is good to learn in starting out because there seems to be a misconception that Python is a good place to begin when learning code. I think Python is a reasonable place to start. I understand why a lot of people use Python. You can start doing lots of things very, very quickly. The one thing that I really dislike about Python is that it doesn't have static typed. It's static types. Technically, you can do some static points, but I'm not a big fan of static types. It's just spoiler. Gotcha. It's spoiler. That's still pretty cool. You could write a little thing to generate those, though. That would be an interesting. Sammy says, peep poop. Welcome aboard, Sammy. We also got APOC. So nice to see you all here again today. Let's see. Let's keep looking at the chat here. Oh my God, there's so much going on here. It's wonderful to have you all here. Toxo says, true, that's why I'm using Ubuntu. What's Ubuntu? Is that like Ubuntu, but with a W? Let's see here. All right, folks, thank you guys so much for hanging out here with me, bearing with me. I was just talking about why I like C#. We're gonna see if we can use the Simple Fast Media Library today. We're gonna not save that. Simple Fast Media Library today to see if we like that better than Monogame. Was not a big fan of Monogame. Corpus says, sing for us, because we got a new crew member, folks. We got a new crew member, Young Cayman. I think Young Cayman. I'm gonna go with Young Cayman. Let's see here. Young Cayman. Cayman, I'd like to welcome you to the crew, yes. Young Cayman has followed me, and I'd like to say thank you. Young Cayman, thank you so much for the follow. If I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, please let me know. I want you to feel welcome here at Captain Coders Academy, and pronouncing your name correctly is a big part of that. So please, please, please let me know. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. I'd love to pronounce it correctly. Lance says, Captain Coder, I love how every time you try to show off the tumbler, your camera has a temper tantrum and looks everywhere else. I know, it's horrible. It drives me nuts. Claire says, I gotta jump off from the PC, Captain. Pro tip, don't stay up programming until 3 a.m. As always, Clayman, keep coding, keep growing. Be the best you can be. Get some sleep, and you are welcome back anytime. Thank you again so much for the raid. I appreciate you, my friend. Have a beautiful day. All right, so let's see if we can get we already did the NuGet package here. So I was hoping to find the bindings. They say a little thing here that says the API is the same. So let's see if we can get, the SFML bindings is what I'm curious about. So I'm not sure what we should do to using. So I'm assuming we do something like using SFML, but that doesn't seem to be right. .NET run. I think I installed it. Does using SFML work? That's the question. Oh, it does. All right, so I just have to switch notebook, select project, and we're in SFML sweeper. Okay, so using SFML, can I go look at, okay. All right, so SFML API. I've never used SFML, so we're gonna see if we can get, so here are my goals today. Here are my goals. Add text to the screen, add an image to the screen, add a button to the screen, and then hopefully make it so we can click on it. That's right, Toxic Toast. Sleep is for the week. W-E-E-K. Sleep is for the week, not the weekend, just the week. Sorry. Terrible pun there. No good. All right, so let's see if we can get a window to show up. So one thing about SFML is I don't think it's object oriented. And so I might end up writing a little wrapper around it or having my students implement some objects around it. That's one thing I don't think it does. Let's see if we get a window. So we're gonna try to get a render window. So I'm gonna do render window. I just don't know what I should do here. SF window. Yeah, so I gotta look here and be a little bit doing. Lance says, I've started a quick little music manager script. Started with coroutines, but I think I'm gonna see if I can use actions to tell what tracks are finished, pausing between songs and so on. Ooh, I'm excited to see how you do it. I've done a little bit of like music tracking and sound effect tracker and like using a, I've also used, so this is in Unity. I used like a singleton to do it. I would like to get to where I'm using like a scriptable object to manage my audio library. I did it in the Marble game in sort of like what I would consider a somewhat obscure way. All right, I want to create a window. Hit the mute button there. I don't know how long I was muted. In next series, MineSweeper with Qt, MineSweeper with DirectX, MineSweeper with AR. Yeah, so this week is MineSweeper week, folks. This week is MineSweeper week. We'll probably do something different. All right, so I think I'll do sfml.graphics. I would really like to just see what's available in this namespace. ml.graphics. Let's see here. Window, render window. All right, so we'll do a render window. Does this let me do anything? Render window equals new render window. View mode title. All right, let's do a view mode. Video mode, and a title. Sweep them. Ooh, MineSweeper VR. That would be pretty. I think that could be really fun. Let's make the most ridiculous. So I've done like the world's biggest. What have I done? The world's largest Hello World program before, where it's like has a bunch of windows, and then there's like a callback that you end up getting Hello World from a web server. So you like call out to a web server, and the web server says Hello World. So it's like the world's most convoluted Hello World to learn how to do some networking stuff. That was a fun video. All right, so we gotta create a video mode. I don't know what the type is. Fix typo. Can't I just say make me a video mode? Oh, I can't. I thought it said this required a video mode. What does this say here? Render window, video mode. Where does video mode come from? sfml.window. Okay, so then I have to use using sfml.window. All right, so we have a mode. And what is a video mode? A video mode is a struct that have a constructor width and height. All right, so equals new video mode 800 by 600, because that's just a classic tiny window, right? Okay, so now I have a window, and I get the window to show up. Window.isOpen. All right, how do I open the window? Corpless says, I am intrigued on how do you learn something new with your experience. So yeah, this is me sort of learning something new. I sort of like, I reach in and start just pulling at the guts. Whoa, yeah, that's right. We just reach in and start pulling at the guts, looking at APIs, checking out how stuff works inside. Window is open. Does it just open by default? and stay open. So let me try this. We'll try adding this thing in here. Well window is open. I'm basically trying to get this version here on the screen. It looks like it might just open by default. So we'll do a well window is open here. I don't like this type of, so this was well, we'll call this window. Window, I don't know, I needed to rename it. Well window dot is open. Window dot open. All right, so there's not a way to open. I'm assuming this just creates one and has it be open. We have to create an event here. Event EVT. Is this? Yeah, it's a window event. Okay. And then there's well window dot poll. Ooh. There isn't a poll here. There was a. One sec. Let's take a look here. What is the window variable? So it should be this one. Sammy says, I'm trying to solve how to crossfade between two music tracks in an MP3 player. I did do that in Unity, which was a pretty a fun little exercise. In the marble game. In the marble game, we have that. It may not have been the most efficient way to do it. We also got a new crew member. Alicia Griffin has followed me today, and I'd like to welcome you to Captain Coder's Academy. Thank you for following, friend. Alicia Griffin. Welcome, my friend, to the crew today. Oh, yeah. Alicia, I'm so sorry. That song was terrible. I used to do better. I apologize for everyone. Alicia, I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're here today. Alicia Griffin, I'm sorry your song wasn't better. Here's 200 points to make up for it. And everybody, all of you for having to listen to that song, 50 points to all of you. But Alicia, you butchered my name. Alicia, I'm so sorry. Tell me, how do I pronounce it? How do I pronounce it? Because I want you to feel welcome here at Captain Coder's Academy. Maybe it'll be easier to sing if it's a different, how do I pronounce it? Is it Elysia? Elysia? No, don't leave. Don't leave. I need to know. Tell me. I want you to feel welcome here at Captain Coder's Account. Elisha. That's how you say your name. Elisha Griffin. Welcome, my friend. Elisha. I'd like to welcome you to Captain Coder's stream. Elisha, you didn't have to sing it again. Okay, sorry. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. It's so nice to have you here on this beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here. Elisha is a streamer. You're a streamer. Is that true? Elisha, are you a streamer? I saw Corpless give you a shout out. Sing the Des One song again. You stream sometimes. I'm gonna click that little follow. I'm gonna click that. Oh, you got 9,000. I've never seen your stream. I'm so sorry. Folks, we got a real streamer here. We got a real streamer here. Shout out. If you're not following, we gotta go check her out. You see, attention all lurkers. Please direct your attention to the chat. Click that little heart button. Give her some love. Gotta go check her out, folks. I haven't seen you. I'm gonna check you out. What do you Alicia? I'm so terrible here. I'm so sorry. Tell us. What is your stream? What do you do over there on your stream? Because I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'm so happy you're here, though. Happy to have you. Let's see. Let me see if I can open the. How can I? I don't know how to navigate the Twitch. Why can't I? Oh, there it is. I found the button. Let's check it out real quick. Real streamer here, folks. Not just those pretend streamers like Captain Coder here. Let's check it out. A variety streamer focused on learning how to code. Awesome. Oh, and you like lizards. You're a real streamer. Look at this. 9.4K followers. Beautiful little stream going on over here. I'm gonna have to check you out Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 1 p.m. GMT, 8 a.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's that tends to be when I stream, but I'm gonna go check you out. I'll check you out on Friday because I'm not gonna be streaming on Friday. But streams last 6 to 7 hours. Ooh, they last much longer than my streams. Beautiful, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in. Happy to have you here. We're trying to get something done today. We got nothing on. Morazai. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Happy Wednesday to you. All right, folks, we are trying to see if we can use the SFML library. Sijian, one sec. Sijian, I'm so sorry. Sijian says you can see C# examples on the GitHub. Thank you so much for that. Sijian, I'm so sorry that my stream bot there is a nightmare. It's a night. Look, Captain Coder's not a real streamer. Captain Coder's figuring out. I've only been streaming since January. You think I would have figured something else out more by now. One sec. We're gonna can I make Sijian a VIP so that doesn't happen again? Because you're always posting beautiful things. Real quick, add points. Sijian, and Sijian, 50 points to you for helping out. And then we also got Maybe John. Thank you again so much for the assistance, my friend. Let's check it out. We got that link to the GitHub. Let's open up this bad boy, check it out. Rather than just flailing around like a fish. Although sometimes it's nice to be a little fish. Okay. Window equals new simple. I don't want a simple. Maybe I do want a simple one. Oh, simple window is a class I made. Run, we create a window. Well, the window is open, window.dispatch events, draw circles, windows.display. Okay, so I think we're gonna do something like this. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Windows.dispatch events. We'll drop the circle here. I just wanna see if I can get a window popping up. Format this document. Okay, all right. Whew. All right. What do we got here? People are saying, Sijian said, I wanted to send this link too, but I thought that I catch banned, but anyway, I catch as banned. Sijian, I'm so sorry. It's because you did sfml.net. It didn't like that. You're a VIP now though, Sijian. So you have the power. You can post whatever you want it now, but please use that power with care. G says don't post links right now. It's acting bad. Lobster Kovic's back too. Hi, Captain. Hi, chat. Lobster Kovic, welcome back, my friend. Nice to have you here. Sijian, not so much a ban, just getting that 10-second timeout, the bot. All right, let's try it. Let's try this. I need to make it so, I don't know. I wonder if I can make it so it just deletes one. A window, look, we got a window to pop up. It says sweep them. This feels like what I want. This feels like what I want to have happen. Maybe John says, oh, I got banned the other day for the same thing, and I think added a time where I can post links. I think I did. It might have permitted you for like 600,000 seconds or something. The X button doesn't work, so I can't close it that way. That's a little disappointing. Can I close you this way? Oh no. Do I got to Control C to exit? All right, that closes it. Just like Java's JFrame, you get the little X button that does nothing until you attach something to it. Okay, let's keep reading this example. Oh, I like it. We got a window open. I want to add some text. John, I love that about, love is a strong word. It's a little inconvenient, but it's great for teaching students that, hey, everything is connected to something somewhere. Everything's connected to something somewhere. Cap, you can exit by pressing Control-Alt-Delete. That's probably true. Control-Alt-Delete plus a little bit extra. Okay, so window.key pressed. Draw a circle. I don't want to draw a little graphic like this. I am interested in, so what are the things I want to do? I want to add text to the screen. That's step one. We can add text to the screen. We'll be pretty happy. And I saw a little thing in here. Let's see if we can go find examples. Let's see, sfml.net. I'm more interested in the API here. Let's search for text or font in this repository. System.text shader. what was it in this example over here? I'd found an example. It's an SF text. It's an SF text. So that's what I was hoping to find. I might need to find a font first. Control Shift Escape. Interesting. Does it mean now I have ban immunity? You don't have ban immunity, but you can post links, Sigian. You can post links, and any link, just be, use that power with care. Use that power with care. Let's take a look. I want a text class. So let's do class text. It might be a struct class. Can I look for these two words combined in a class text here? SFML graphics class text. Here we go. So I want to make one of these. Let's try making a new text equals new. So this is often how I'll do something. I'll say like, oh, I've learned this data structure. I'll click over here and I read the documentation. This is sort of my strategy. Text to copy, string and font. Can I just do a string? It looks like I'm gonna have to have a font. So let's create a font. What does a font expect? A font is a class. Takes in a file name. What type of file does it expect? That's interesting. Okay, so we'll drop a font in here. We got some fonts on our computer somewhere, I'm sure. File to load. I wonder if I could just specify something like Arial. If that will be a built-in new. I bet if it's a system font, it will load. New font, Arial. I wonder if this will work. Let's see if this program will die silently. If it will actually run. Okay, so I like that. We actually got an exception. Mono game did not give us exception. It was just like, I'm just not gonna load and I'm not gonna say anything, and you won't know what went wrong. I do like that. Digian, I don't think you'll abuse it. Exception high. I love getting reasonable error message. Look how reasonable this error message. Failed to load font Arial. Failed to load the Arial font. That's what we want. It's easier for students to debug the code. That's what it comes down to. I want students to be able to learn how to read errors and understand that everything you do does, essentially it tries to do exactly what you tell it to do. So I do like that. All right, so we're gonna get a font in here. Let's go find a font. Free font. Let's go find a free font. Let's see if we can find a font that looks like a nice MineSweeper font. Sweeper. Preview suite. Can I search fonts? Let's search for Sweeper. See if we can find the fonts. Cat Crap says, Captain, do you know there is a .NET Spy, DN Spy, aka access and edit .NET and Unity assemblies? I've never used. Oh, I'm sad there's not one called Sweeper. Let's look. What if we search for Sweeper? Ooh, that one looks pretty nice. Sweeper. All right, free for personal use. Free for donationware. The licenses are a little bit interesting. That, I often worry that like, oh, am I doing commercial? So I'm gonna just check when for right now it's personal use. Right now, public domain. We'll go with this one, public domain, because then I don't have to worry about it. Although it's GPL, my stuff. GPL means I have to make my stuff GPL. That says I'm not redistributing this. John, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, John. John posted this link, folks. John posted this link. Here, ooh, this is the one. Maybe John, 50 points for giving me this beautiful font. We're gonna download that. Let's show in folder. Let's extract this. I like this font very much. Public domain means that I don't have to use a license, I'm pretty sure. I don't even have to give credit. When I extracted that, oh, it didn't extract to a folder. Art Berkless is here today. Art, happy Wednesday. How are you? Let's drop this into our project here. My guess is I have to do something special to get this into the binary folder. I bet it won't work if I just do vt323 regular.ttf. I bet this also won't work, but I'm curious. It does. Okay. So when we do an actual build though, this won't work because I'm going to have to create a folder called resources. That we end up, oh yeah, that's right. This doesn't bind there. Let's create a new folder. We're going to call this assets, and we're going to put it in there. And then we'll have in our build file, we'll do a thing where we move everything over, to the build and package it all together with it. Make sure that runs still. Art is here. Everybody, attention everybody. If you are a game developer, or you just like watching a game developer, or you just like watching someone stream art and work, Art Berkless is an incredible indie game developer working on a game called The Warlock's Gauntlet. I absolutely love this game. I've got an older version, an older demo version of it that Art let me play test. I play tested on stream. It's a swords and sorcery themed first person hack and slash. Reminiscent, in the, kind of like the old Doom, the old Heretic, the old Hexen games. It looks awesome. Not only is Art making this game, he's making the engine for this game in C++. Incredible streamer. If you want to go learn some stuff, that's a place to do it. Art, welcome aboard, my friend. So happy to have you here. Art's asking, what are you doing today? I am playing around with the Simple Fast Media Library, SFML. I didn't like Monogame at all. It had a bunch of things where it would fail silently. You wouldn't get any error messages, but there would be some issue with the code. And from a user learning perspective, from a student perspective, it just did not fit the bill of what I want. So I'm trying out SFML, seeing if it is a better fit to use as a teaching tool. We're still working on MineSweeper. This is MineSweeper week, apparently. But we're seeing if we can get, these are the goals today. Add text to the screen, add an image to the screen. This should be add, this is interesting. Add a button to the screen that you can click on, and then implement MineSweeper. So many new engines. So I'm looking at libraries this week. I want a super lightweight application, a super lightweight program that we can just check out here. That's right, Revere. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Let's see if I do it. I got to make it so that if my mods do it, we get the picture. Corfless, thank you so much for doing that. My bot just doesn't know that you have the power to give the shout out here. Revere is currently making a space trucking game called Unforgiven Space. We'll give you a shout out in a couple seconds, Revere. Art says, just finished my last exam for the time being, so I promise I'll be active on Twitch more. I'm excited, Art. I've been wondering, I just assumed you were really, really busy. But I'm so glad to hear you're coming back. I was worried that I scared you off with all of my adoration. But I'm glad to hear, well, maybe it is still scary. Ace, I'm planning to look at Godot next week. Shh, don't tell anyone though, because I shouldn't have said anything. We're gonna scare off all the Unity folks. Saying Godot over here. No, I kid. But yeah, I think I'm gonna look at Godot next week. And I'm gonna do the Godot and MineSweeper. I'm doing MineSweeper in like every possible lane. This weekend, I should say. That's right, Unity Coder. Oh no, not like this. So we're gonna put sweeper here, and we're gonna use this font. All right, so we got some text. We're gonna see if we can get this on the screen. Checking out systems, yeah. We got it. Oh no, this username makes me so sad. That depressed loser 95. What a name. I hope that you're not a loser. You're here. That makes you not a loser. That amazing winner 95 is here. I'm so glad you're part of the crew. That amazing winner has followed the Captain Coder. What a name, what a username. Thank you so much for following me, my friend. I'm so happy you're here. This stream, I try and bring lots of positive energy. I can't bring myself to say your name. I'm so sorry. It hurts my soul because I can't imagine that you are what you say you are. It's okay if you're depressed, but you're not a loser. You are here at Captain Coder's Academy where we're coding and growing and doing our best to be the best that we can be. And so I'm so happy you're here. and I hope you don't mind me struggling to say your name. I struggled to say your username. I apologize. If you really want me to say that name, I will. But welcome aboard, my friend. Happy to have you here. That says, I have nothing to fear from Godot. You have nothing to fear but Godot itself. It's Godot. I always say Godot. Godot. That's right. Lobster Kovic. Art says, don't worry, I use the excess adulation as a catalyst when I raise liches for the game. Beautiful. The good don't. Yeah, you good don't say it that way. Godot. It's not Godot. It's Godot. Don't tell anyone that Corflish used to dabble in Godot. I like how lightweight it is. We're gonna see how well it does. We're gonna play around with it a little bit. We're implementing MineSweeper like 90 different ways, folks. That's essentially what it's coming down to. We're implementing MineSweeper a bunch of different ways. Okay, can I get this text to show up on the screen? Let's take a look at the example here. Where'd my browser go? There you are. This example, there was like a draw in here. I wonder if I can just do a draw. So we're gonna try window.draw, window.display. I don't know, I got rid of that. Window.draw. Can I just draw text? Is text a drawable? We can. Is this overloaded? Can I set a position? Doesn't, maybe. Where does the position go? Or do you, like in your drawing thing, primitive type? All right, let's try it. Do we get some text on the screen? We're gonna find out. Look, sweeper. We did it, folks. We did it. Program's done. We got ourselves a sweeper window. I am liking how straightforward this library, they do call it the simple fast media library, how straightforward it has felt so far. Next to monogame. Monogame just felt so awkward. Look how simple this was. Create a window, set a video mode, create a font, create a text. You did have to do a couple things here, and then boom, draw it. Rave, I was really hoping monogame would be like Pygame. I've used Pygame with really young students, like age 7, 8, and it's a fabulous way to teach text-based coding. I've written a little wrapper around it, but Pygame is a fantastic way to teach games. I'm really essentially looking for something similar to Pygame for C#. I thought monogame was gonna be it, but monogame just is so it feels convoluted. And maybe I just got a bad first impression. Maybe I need to give it another try. I tried it out for 2 days, was not a fan. So we're trying out the simple fast media library here. Lance says, honestly, I don't see the issue. Godot is appropriate for some and not so much for others. The same can be said for Unreal and Unity. Yeah, we're not gonna get into, it's almost like the console wars. I'm not gonna get too much into it. I do wanna check them all out. Yeah. Mooniz is an incredible streamer, folks. You got to check out Mooniz. Emacs is better than Vim. All right, Rave. We're gonna have to time you out for that one. I'm just kidding. Oh no, I agree with you. Emacs is better than Vim. I agree with you. I think I said Vim is better than Emacs, but we got, I got to be careful. Got to be careful with that the controversy there. The text editor wars is another real thing. All right, so we have a draw text on the screen. I like this. Vim's greater than Emacs, greater than NeoVim. Interesting. I used to use Vim for a long way. I'll go hide, John says. Bands. Exactly. I will just go QWERTY. I use a QWERTY keyboard. All right, so Windows Notepad. No, what about Notepad++? Notepad++, Mooniz. Hands up if you've ever had a dream in code. Absolutely. All the time. I dream in code all the time. All night I dream about code. Okay, so we have a text drawn on the screen. Oh, that's right. So we got text on the screen. So we finished our first goal, folks. We done did it. We done did our first goal, and for being here to witness this momentous occasion, all of you are going to get 50 points. That's right, you get 50 points for seeing us add some text to the screen. Easy peasy. We got a woe chain started, folks. Can we finish that woe chain? I don't know if we can. People might not be woed enough. People might not be woed enough. And that's okay. It's okay if we can't finish the woe chain. Such precise.
Whoa.
We've got a woe chain finished, folks. Thank you so much for the woe. I appreciate you. Art says such precise opinions. I almost read it in out of the corner of my eye. It said such precious opinions. Such precise opinions. Yeah. Just like a true coder with their heart, their big old opinions. All right. So the next thing is, can I add an image to the screen? Let's see how we add an image. With Monogame, it was kind of crazy. You had to go through their like content manager, add a thing, create a buffered renderer, do all this stuff. Let's see how easy or hard it is to add a PNG to the screen. All right, so we have a set of PNGs here in our MineSweeper. We're just gonna take those. In our content, we had our buttons. I'm just gonna steal those and drop them into our assets. So we have all of our buttons here. We're gonna see how easy or difficult it will be to get a button drawn on the screen. Christoph says, hey y'all. Christoph, how's it going, my friend? So nice to have you here. How is school going? How are your classes? Moona says, you know, it's like version control. If you use version control, you're a bad coder and you should only do backup once per year onto an external disk that you bought in 95. If you're not using tape drives, if you're not doing backups on tape drives, are you even really a coder? Are you even a coder? I just spilled a little bit of bean water here, folks. Give me a moment. I have, here they are. Paper towels. I rarely do that. That's not true. I seem to be spilling bean water more and more often. Alicia says, I've been doing it wrong. The Grumpy Game Dev. Oh, hi. Looks like I wound up here. Grumpy Game Dev, thank you so much for popping in. I got to get a special shout out for you. I haven't quite added time. Defeated by time always. The Grumpy Game Dev, folks. If you want a streamer that's grumpy, that tells you to get off their lawn. If you want a place to just hang out and have a good time while you're waiting for the captain to load up, Grumpy Game Dev is on almost every day before the captain. A wonderful stream. I love hanging out over there. It's a beautiful stream. Grumpy, if you want to share some links to your stuff, please do so. I believe you're a VIP on our channel. But folks, give the Grumpy Game Dev some love. We love the Grumpy Game Dev. Maybe Sean's, my professor was recommending Tortoise SVM over Git this year. Interesting. I have used Subversion like SVN before. It's different. It's different. So it used when disk space was expensive, when network transfers were expensive, SVN made a lot of sense. So Git takes snapshots of your work. SVN does incremental builds of your work. At least the old version of SVN that I use. I think new versions might also take snapshots, but it's incremental. So it actually can like build it up. And so when you make changes, all it does is store like the change. Whereas we take whole snapshots. So it takes up a lot more space, but it's faster. It's faster because of that. It's interesting little things here. Let's see, can we get a rap song for a new follower? I don't know if I can do rap. I can I think I'm gonna try not to embarrass myself in that way. Lance says, spills bean water with paper towel in arm's reach. I never spill my bean water. Then why is the paper towel in arm's reach? Exactly, Lance. Exactly, just in case of emergencies. The Game Dev, Grumpy Game Dev says, nothing to link today, but have you been shouting out Alicia? I didn't realize Alicia was a streamer. Alicia, thank you so much for being Alicia. Am I pronouncing it right now? So happy you're here. I got to check your stream out. We did give a shout out to Alicia. I'm now following Alicia. I'm looking forward to checking out her stream. Alicia's a real streamer, folks. Not one of these fake streamers like the captain. Okay. I'm trying. I'm gonna forget. If you have to correct me again, do not hesitate. I'm trying. I want you to correct me, so I want to get it right. So we're gonna see if we can get an image in here. So I'm gonna look for image in this repository. Image. Okay. Here we go, image here. Looks like we might be able to get that in. SFML graphics image, width, height, color, okay, we can just give it a file name. We're gonna try that. Image equals new, and it's in, I hate that, assets, buttons, 1.png. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's check it out. Window.draw. So I'm curious how to change positions on stuff. Haven't done that. Draw image. Okay, image is not a drawable. Image is not a drawable. Okay, so how do we draw an image on the screen is a question that I have. That's a question I have. Let's go look and see if we have, we had window, open, sound, visual basic. I really just want an example of drawing an image. SFML. Grumpy Game Dev, I finished playing around with it. Unfortunately, there are too many times in Monogame where it fails silently, where it doesn't give an error message, but the program just won't open, or something just doesn't get rendered to the screen because you typed an argument in incorrectly. And for that reason, it would not be good. I think it would be very, very challenging for some of my students to debug these weird little things where you don't get any error output, even though there's an error in the code. And I didn't like that. That was like the complaint I have. So it was just too convoluted. It felt slightly too convoluted. So I'm trying out SFML. It didn't meet my needs. It didn't meet my needs, unfortunately. Debug, ever heard DN Spy? You mentioned it. I heard you mention it. But I haven't checked it out yet. .NET Spy. But yeah, unfortunately, I did give up on Monogame. It wasn't for me. So we're trying. I don't know that SFML is for me, but we're trying out something new here. A texture. Maybe I got to do a texture. It's not for everybody. Yeah. So I don't know if I gave it a fair shake, but I know it's not going to be something that I can use this term with my students. That said, it might end up having a lot of really nice features wrapping it that I could use in the future. All right. SFML draw image to screen. We're just going to do this. A render window, draw image. I want to draw a sprite. We're going to see if we can find something here. Image.load from file. Create. Set color, but how do I actually draw it on the screen? Set image. SFML, is there a getting start tutorials? Visual Studio code blocks, window module graphics, drawing 2D sprites and textures. Texture, sprite, loading a texture. Okay, so I might have to do a texture. Before creating a sprite, we need a valid texture. Okay. So I might need to load a texture. So this would create a texture that's the specified size. Create an empty texture, render window. So my question is, how do I draw it on? So update the pixel of an existing texture. You can do this. Texture.set smooth. Yeah, but how do I put you on a window as a texture? A drawable. Finally draw, window.draw. Okay, so maybe we just can't draw images. Can we draw textures? Or is this not an SFML? All right, let's try texture. Texture equals new. Or it was texture.load. Texture. There wasn't a load from file. Let's try texture. New. File name. Raria. We'll do a file name here. We're going to try assets. Buttons 1.png. And then do I actually have to make a sprite? Yes, sprite.set texture. Okay, sprite equals new sprite. Texture. All right, we'll take in the texture. And then let us try window.draw sprite. Okay, a sprite is a drawable. I like that. I like that because you might want to reuse that image or texture. Does the image have like a texture on image, not texture? To texture. I'm gonna be curious. So I'm curious what's the difference between an image and a load. Let's see. Image is a low-level class for loading and manipulating images. Okay. Texture, living on the graphics card that you use for drawing. I like that even better. So image is sort of like how you probably set pixels. There we go. There we go, easy. Look, we already got an image rendered on the screen. We're so much faster than we did with Mono Game 2. This is actually simpler, but again, there's so few things included. All right, now put in the lower right. That's what we got to try and do. That's what we got to try and do next. But we did it. That was our goal. Add an image to the screen. We done did it, folks. We done got an image added to the screen. That was a goal of ours. And for being here to witness it, I'll get 50 points. 50 points for seeing this momentous occasion when we got the number 1 added to the screen. Isn't it beautiful? Let's run it one more time. Let's run it one more time to see how we got a 1 per. A 1 per. Huzzah! Alicia, huzzah! I love that. I love that. I used to say that was a thing we used to say when I was a kid growing up. We'd say huzzah, huzzah. Beautiful. Real paddywhack. Oh well, finally up in time to watch the captain. Real paddywhack. So happy to have you here on this beautiful, beautiful morning here for me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world, folks. We've been going for 75 minutes. We're doing a little commit here. Git add. Can I do a little commit here? Git commit -m. Work in progress. Started working with simple shouldn't call it simple SFML. SFML lib. We're gonna push that up. I don't know. Time is meaningless. I agree. Time is meaningless. What is time? Time is a strange construct, folks. That said, folks, we're gonna take a quick break. Because I think going into the next thing is gonna take a little bit more than 15 minutes. You guys know I don't like to go more than 90 minutes without a break. We're at 75 minutes. We're gonna take a break, but so don't go. Hang on. I see you getting up to go somewhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go. Hey. You in the back. Pay attention. Simple SFML, that's right, Grumpy Dammit. Pay attention, folks. When I get back, when the captain gets back, we're gonna take care of ourselves. The captain loves you. Hey, look into my eyes. The captain loves you, and you should love you. And if you love, you gotta take care of yourself. And one way to take care of yourself is do some stretches. When we get back, we're gonna do some stretches, folks. We're gonna do some stretches. So get ready for that. If you're at work, get your coworkers all together. We're gonna stretch together. If you're at home, go wake up your mom, go wake up your dad, get them in their rooms. Mom, Dad, we're gonna do some stretches. The captain needs you to do some stretches. Get your cat, get your dog, get your uncle, maybe get your pet goldfish, whatever's gonna stretch with you. Get them in here because we're gonna take care of ourselves when the captain gets back. So hang tight, folks, hang tight, I shall return. All right, folks, we're back. And you know what? I got myself a cup of delicious dark fuel here, some bean water, folks. But it's a little too hot. It's too hot. It burned I tried to take a sip and it burned my lips. We got to do something in the meantime. So we're going to do some stretches. Grumpy, I hope you got your uncle with you. I hope you have your uncle with you to do some stretches, because I hope I gave you enough time. We're going to do some stretches, folks. Get on up with me. We got to take care of ourselves, because I love you. The captain loves you. You out there, you in the back. The captain loves you, which means you should love you. And if you love you, you got to take care of yourself. And to take care of yourself, to take care of your body, you should love your body too. One way you can do it is to stretch. So get on up with me. We're going to do some stretches. We're gonna do a forearm stretch, folks, because this forearm muscle here is really, really important, especially if you're a coder. If you're a coding troll like the captain, you're hunched over your back, you're hunched over your keyboard typing all day, and you're getting those repeated stress injuries, those RSIs, folks. You got to take care of yourself. You got to get up and stretch 60 minutes, 2 hours tops. I try to do at least every 90 minutes. We're gonna get up. We're going to help prevent the carpal. We're going to stretch out these forearms. So take that arm, straighten it out. Try not to lock the elbow, at least not lock it so tight that you're cutting off the blood flow. Grab those fingertips. You're going to pull back until you feel a little bit of tension. If you feel any pain in the wrist, any pain in the forearm, stop. If you don't want any pain, just pull on back. We're going to hold this for 25 seconds. Get that forearm nice and limbered, nice and stretched out. And I got to scroll back up here in the chat a little bit. Because I saw a question, and if I missed your chat, please ask me. I saw a question about Java and doing metaprogramming and pipelines, but I didn't fully understand the question. But feel free to ask again, because I'd love to try and answer that. Oh, this stretch feels good. All right, roll out that wrist. We're going to go the other direction now. So fingertips down. You're going to grab the fingertips and pull down, and you should get a stretch across the top of the arm. Again, no pain in the elbow. If you feel any pain, stop. You don't want to hurt yourself. We're going to get that stretch in here. We're going to hold this for 25 seconds, folks. Oh, yeah. Doesn't that stretch? Oh, Macho Man Randy Savage would be, oh, yeah. This stretch is nice. That's the captain. That stretch is nice. Oh, yeah. Feel it. You feel it? Doesn't it feel lovely, folks? That's right, we got to snap into a Slim Jim, exactly. All right, we're gonna roll that wrist out here in 3 seconds. Snapping into a stretch out. Snap into a stretch out. All right, roll that wrist out. We're gonna switch arms here. Take that other arm, straighten that arm out, grab those tips and pull them back. Get a nice little stretch going. If you feel, again, no pain. You don't want to feel any pain. We're gonna hold this for 25 seconds here. Oh, doesn't it feel good? Christoph, checking that follow. Christoph's been here for 4 months, 6 days. That's almost as long as the captain has been a streamer, folks. So Christoph, thank you so much for being here. We love having you. We love having you here. We're gonna hold this 10 more seconds, and we're gonna roll that wrist out, and we're gonna go down the other direction. Oh, it feels good for me. Does it feel good for you? I hope it does. Corpless flexing with his 4 months and 19 days. Roll that wrist out. We're going the other way. Fingertips down. Grab those fingertips. Go ahead and pull a little bit. You're trying to stretch out that top there. Don't hurt your wrist. You can hurt your wrist on this one. It's really easy to get a little bit of pain there. Don't get any pain. We're going to hold it for 25 seconds, folks. Oh, feeling good. Taking care of yourself. Getting that blood flow going. Can you feel the blood coursing in and out of that heart? That blood gushing in and out of your heart. I hope you can feel that blood picking up, taking care of yourself in such a lovely way. Thank you guys so much for loving yourselves and taking care of yourselves. 5 more seconds, folks. Hold it. I know you can do it. Cloud asks, do I need to stand up? You don't need to, but it's good for you. Standing up is good, especially if you've been sitting. Roll that wrist out. Roll that wrist out. Cloud, thank you so much for asking. All right, everybody. Now we're going to stretch on up to the sky. This one you'd have to stand for. It's okay. Maybe you can get away with it. But we're going to take a deep breath and reach up as high as you can. I'm up on my tippy tops, my tippy toes. Reach up as high as you can. Engage that core. And you're just trying to get a full body stretch. We're going to hold this for 15 seconds. Oh, should feel good. Try and breathe normally. I always end up holding my breath when I'm doing this. We're going to hold this 10 more seconds. Then we're going to take a deep breath and we're going to exhale as we exhale. So take a deep breath here. And as you exhale slowly. You're going to roll down, all the way down. You're going to hinge at the hips, and you're just going to hang. Just going to hang. If you can touch your toes, awesome. If you can't touch your toes, that's okay. Focus on hinging at the hips. Don't focus on arching your back down. Just hinging at the hips and getting that nice lower back stretch. Lower back and into the glutes here. And just hang here for another 15 seconds, folks. Oh yeah. Just a nice little stretch. Nice little stretch to take care of ourselves. Take care of our bodies. And then we're going to inhale for 4 seconds here in a moment. As you do, slowly roll up. Inhale. And bring those shoulders up, back, and down. And we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So bring them back. 2, 3, 4. With the elbows. 2, 3, 4. Full arm. 2, 3, 4. Bring it forward. 2, 3, 4. At the elbows. 2, 3, 4. Full arm. 2, 3, 4. Oh, doesn't it feel good to be alive? Doesn't it feel good to get that stretch in, folks? Shake it out. Shake it out. Thank you so much for joining me in those stretches. Thank you so much for taking care of yourself, because the captain loves you. You should love you. And it's great to take care of yourselves every hour. Try and do 5 minutes of stretching. If you can't do it every hour, every 2 hours tops. But for being here, for joining me in those stretches, 50 points to all of you beautiful people out there. Thank you so much for joining me in those. Real quick, folks. Let me zoom back out. Real quick. Show off this beautiful Captain Coder tumbler. Lance, I'm glad it felt good. It felt great for me. Check out this beautiful Captain Coder tumbler. You see this beautiful Captain Coder laser engraved tumbler? This is brought to us by the beautiful MMO Pug, folks. The beautiful MMO Pug. You can get yourself one of those. You can get yourself a Captain Coder tumbler for free by joining the Discord, clicking over on the giveaways, and just clicking one of these reactions. You can add your own reaction you want. Any reaction enters you to win. You can only enter once. If you react to more than one, you only get entered once. Enters you to win the Captain Coder tumbler, which will be given away on Saturday, folks. Get in there. You know you want it. So if you're not on the Discord, you can get on there and get into this giveaway. Let's reset that break. Reset break. Perfect. Anywhere in the world, anywhere that the United States Postal Service will allow me to mail it. So if you're in Romania, I'm pretty sure I can still mail it to Romania. Anywhere in the world that the United States Postal Service will allow me to ship it, I will ship it to you. Oh, that coffee's good. That coffee, that bean water, folks. One of the benefits of stretching after that break is my bean water is the perfect temperature. Did I miss something? Let's see. Lance says, wasn't so much a question, but we'll repost the stretch pun. My goldfish has advised that his favorite sport is fish bowling. That's a good one. And as for lizards, one must scale the activity accordingly. Exactly. I love it. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate you. We appreciate that. I think my timer is a little bit off. I didn't want this, the beep boop cap. I didn't realize it was doing the bot there. Is if you'd like to, the Ko-Fi, the coffee message, the support message feels like it's coming by way too often. I gotta fix that. I gotta look into it. Real Pettybuck says, so my question about the crafting interpreter's book. Yes, I've heard about this book. I've never looked into it. I've never used it, but I know Dota's looked into it. Has to do with the fact that they do what they call meta programming by using print lines to write to a file and using some string variables to make variations on classes. And it honestly feels a little duct tape-ish to me. Am I weird for that? It might be. I haven't looked at it. I know that we have someone on the Discord named Dota. I don't know if they're here right now, but they have gone through that book. If you do an ask for help on the Discord, you don't have to, but if you did an ask for help on the Discord, I could look into it a little bit more, and I would tag Dota because I know he has gone through, he's another streamer. He has gone through that book, and so he would probably have a much better answer for you than I do. It sounds like the way you're describing it sounds duct tape-ish. I'd be really curious to look into it more explicitly when I have a little bit more time. Dev Dad says, need it. That's right. We do need it. You need it. You know you can get it. You know you want it. But we're going to be doing a bunch of giveaways because we got, look. If you keep coming back, folks, we all look at these sweet laser engraved Captain Coder coasters. We're going to be giving those away next week. And then we have this sweet laser engraved leather, I think it's faux leather. This laser engraved card holding game pouch with these 2 decks of cards and some dice in there. We'll be giving that away in a couple weeks too. We're gonna be doing all these leatherette. Thank you, MMO Pug. These are beautiful. I love them. These are fabulous. So thank you again for those. Really appreciate it. But stay tuned because we're going to be doing all sorts of giveaways. Ryan says, I feel like I'm watching an infomercial. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop. Let's do some coding. Let's get in some coding. I know. Ryan, welcome back, my friend. So nice to have you here. I just get so excited. I'm not trying to do an infomercial. I promise. All right. So I have a question. How do I position these on the screen? It looks like there wasn't really a vertex. Oh, maybe there is a vertex. No, vertex would be, I'm kind of curious how I move these things around the screen. Text dot position. Okay, so you can do text dot position. Is this a method equals, what is text dot position? A vector 2f. All right, so let's do a vector 2f. Vector 2f. What is this coming from? Vector 2f is a sfml.system.vector2f using sfml.system. So vector 2f position equals, and I'm assuming this is a struct with an x and a y. Okay, with an x and a y. New, and let's just give it a 50-50. New position. Can I just do a new? Bet I could just do new 50-50 here as well. Okay, I just wanted to check and see what was going on there. Okay, so you actually set I like that too, setting the position. Oh, that was the wrong thing. Let's do a run here. Okay, easy to move the position. It's on the object itself. I'm curious. So there is something here with like the frame rate. You'll have to do some calculations on frame rate stuff probably. But I'm a little curious if I was going to do text position can equals new text dot position dot x plus 0.5. Let's try this. Text dot position dot y plus equals 0.5. If we were to update this every frame, I'm curious if we can get this moving. We had to make and it made sense. We had to make a sprite. We had to make a sprite first. And in fact, I couldn't get the image render. We made a texture and then we put the texture on the sprite. That's right there. Okay, so this is cool. Guys didn't get to see that happen the same way I did. Let's Let's make it a little slower. So maybe I can be fast enough to get that over on the screen. Zoom, yeah. So there's probably some like clipping stuff we have to do. Look at it go. Look at it go. Look, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I like that. So I love this because now I can teach students about clipping as well. As like, oh, when you draw stuff, you need to sort of like make the screen clear out a little bit, or at least the part that moved needs to clear out. You need to redraw that thing. I like that a lot. Welcome to co-work mode, Corpless. Enjoy your co-working, working on your database assignment. Good luck with it. Art Berklish replying to Ryan says, order in less than 10 minutes and get a consignment of bubble wrap for free with your order. That's right. I've thought about I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to spoil. There's something I'm hoping to do in the future. I'm not going to spoil it because I have an idea for something. Windows.set frame rate limit. Ooh. Maybe John for that beautiful suggestion for teaching me something new today. 50 points to you. You should do a Doom style melting screen on a win or game over. Ooh, that's a cool little effect you could teach someone how to do. Be like, oh yeah, you just don't clear the screen, just have it like melt down the screen. I like that. All right, so is there a window? There's probably a window.clear. Which you probably don't want to call all the time, but it's probably, here, let's put this stuff back in. Window.clear. Let's see how good or bad this looks. How good or bad it looks. And you also, there we go. It actually doesn't look bad at all. I do like that it pauses when you're moving the window. So there's sort of like this, if you wanted to have it moving at a specific time rate. So this is going to be based on the computer speed, unfortunately. Or fortunately, because now we can teach students about, that delta time. You don't want it to move at this rate. You need to calculate, well, how much time has passed? We need to move it based on how much time it's passed rather than the frame rate itself. Or make it move based on the quote unquote optimal frame rate and then set a max frame rate like maybe John was suggesting. This is beautiful. All right, so I'm not going to worry too much about this for now. My next little thing on my to-do is add a button to the screen. So we have this idea of a button that you can click on. So the idea is we want to be able to click on the button itself. And so I'm actually going to create a class here to represent my MineSweeper. So I do need to get some button events, but I'm going to create a sweeper board, a sweeper board class, and this is going to be like our renderable board. And the idea is this thing can be drawn to the screen. My question is, can I implement a drawable? At the very least, I'm gonna have to accept. All right, so we have a sweeper board here. Public class sweeper board, and maybe it shouldn't be called sweeper board. It's like a sweeper board renderer. It's a sweeper board renderer. Okay, and the idea is this is gonna accept a public sweeper board render. It's gonna take in, we probably have to add this library. So we'll do .NET add reference. We're gonna add a reference to our Captain Coder .minesweeper, which was the library we wrote. We're gonna say using Captain Coder .minesweeper. This thing is going to accept a board. So the board here, this should probably actually be called a sweeper board. Board. So this is like the underlying board that we're going to be using. So I'm going to create, I think I'm going to make this internal, private board. And we'll make it, do we need to be read-only? Probably shouldn't be read-only actually, because it needs to be reset sometimes, I think. Board equals board, like this. And then basically I want to do the following: public void render, and this is going to take the window where we're going to render it. And so this is going to be our SFML window. So it's this, it's a render window. Okay, so this needs to take in a render window. Basically it needs to take like in somewhere we can draw it. Not that, we wanted to using the graphics. And then we're gonna just sort of loop through all of the positions on the board and render them in some way. So we're gonna sort of slowly build this up. So board has an iterator, so we can do for each position using Captain Coder, core. Oh, we got to add that as well. Core. Captain Coder.core, it's way down, way deep in the bowels here. Captain Coder core, like that. All right, so now we should have the core library. The board sweeper, I like it. Sounds like an Edward Hopper painting. Yeah. The board sweeper. I like it. I like it. Art, for making me laugh, my friend. I love. You have some great. You have what I like to refer to as some sophisticated jokes. 50 points to you, Art. Thank you so much for bringing me some joy. We'll call this position. In board dot underscore board dot positions. So we're gonna loop through all of the positions. We're gonna extract out each cell. Equals examined. We'll call it examined. Equals board dot examine position. I should really in the board. It might make sense to have an iterator for the cells specific. Oh, they don't know their positions. They don't know their positions. Yes, gold. I mean points. Yeah. It's just it's basically the least I can do, Art. It's almost the least I could do. I could do nothing. I could do nothing. But it's basically the least I could do. Ask AI to draw. Ooh, I like this. I like this idea. Here, let's go. Let's see Leonardo AI. One sec, I'm gonna log into Leonardo. We're gonna have Leonardo AI draw us a board sweeper. I like it. Well, bear with me, folks. We gotta get AI to draw it. We gotta get distracted here just for a moment. AI generation. What can we do with points? Good question, Ryan. We have a little shop here, a stream element shop you can use to spend the points. Okay, so we are going to we're gonna do the board sweeper in the style of Edward Hopper painting. All right, let's see what we do. Oh, it is merely a measure of our relative worth as individuals, nothing important. Yeah, it's just how much I value. How much I value. Look at these. The board sweeper. The board sweeper. Beautiful art brought to us by Leonardo AI, powered by OpenAI, folks, which I believe is powered by DALL-E. I like this one with the extra arms. I like this guy with the extra arms here and the plunger. It's like a plunger. Oh boy. AI images, the closer you look, the weirder they tend to get. At a glance, like, oh, that's kind of cool. But yeah, the plunger there is pretty funny to me. All right. What we're doing, what are we trying to do? This is, what type of stream am I doing? This man knows his way to work. Yeah, I get so much done here, Stephen Tree. I get so much done, as you can tell. All right, so the idea now is I need to be able to draw this onto the screen. I probably should cache the sprites so that way we can do it there. This AI knows nothing about cleaning. This man knows his way to work. I think you're referring to the guy. You may be referring to me, but you might also be referring to the guy with the plunger. I can't tell. The answer, it very, both of us are getting lots of stuff done. A plunger. So I just imagine, I used to work at a Dairy Queen. And I remember, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. And so I can just imagine how frustrated the boss would be. What are you doing with the plunger? I was like, oh, I'm sweeping with the plunger. He would have lost his mind. All right, so examined here. Essentially, I need to have another little thing, private void render, which is, render is going to take in, again, I need the render window, but the position, and the cell to render on. Maybe I don't need that cell, but I need the sprite to render like this. If I have all of this information, I could basically create a sprite from all this stuff and do it. We probably want a little thing to like load all our textures initially, so they're not like, you don't get like the little delay when the game is loading up. Position, cell to render. So let me create I'm gonna create what's called our sprite cache. I'm gonna create our sprite cache, and then we have to, what I'm going to need is to have something that, I'm gonna make it a static method, and it's gonna give us back a sprite, or at least a texture. Let's start with texture. Texture, cell to texture. And part of me thinks maybe a sprite would be what we want. But yeah, cell to texture, state to texture. I want to load in all of the sprite images for my buttons first. So I have the buttons here, not here. Assets, buttons, 1 through 8, blank flag mine. We need to load these textures in. So I'm gonna create actually a method here called init, which or like load, which is gonna load up all of these textures for us. And I'm gonna have a dictionary, private static dictionary, and the dictionary needs to go from our cell to render dot contents to, yeah, so it's going to be a content, so it's going to be a cell contents to a texture like this, textures. So we're going to load all of these up when we initialize. What is this component saying? It's probably never used. Yeah, and so we'll just initialize this to a new. When we load, we'll make it read only, and when we initialize, we'll clear it out. Textures dot clear. Ideally you only call this once. We'll make this a public, so we want to be able to initialize it in sort of like our load and our big program load method, which we'll put somewhere. We're going to clear out the textures. Then we need to load each one in. Essentially like this. It seems pretty straightforward to do it. And so we're gonna set in our textures, and then I think cell contents is a struct. Oh, it's just an enum. Empty mine. Oh, so it's not a cell contents that we care about. It's actually our cell. It's just a cell. Okay, cell. So this is where the tricky part comes, is that our cell state. Oh, this is all defined in a very, very kind of wonky way. I'm realizing my definitions probably are not great. This is telling me that, so I have a cell state to a cell contents, and the cell state just says unknown revealed flagged. And then cell contents, this doesn't actually tell me what's in the cell. It's like a cell information, whereas the board itself has the number of mines that surround it. Yeah, so this is not quite what we need. We need to load up all of these textures, though. Unfortunately, this isn't quite what we want. I kind of more want like a let's create a struct here that might meet our needs. Public record struct public read only record struct. Give me a second here. My sickness is still sitting with me. I apologize if you were hearing my voice getting a little bit crufty there. This is like a cell texture info, maybe a cell info, and this might be something we need to put into our MineSweeper core library, like our headless version, because the cell info is really what we need. it has a public int neighbors. I think we have something like this. Public int neighbors. Something I need to read only here. Neighbors public read only cell state and public read only cell contents. So the contents is that it's a mine or that it's empty. The state is that it's unknown, revealed, or flagged. Maybe. Yeah, I'm a little bit. This is where that gross method that we had before comes from, was that this was maybe not designed in the best way. We're gonna init all of these symbols. These cell texture info. I'm gonna go with cell texture info. And we're gonna make the equality check on this. Am I making this highly overcomplicated? Okay, I want students who have very little programming, like, you know, a semester of programming experience to be able to do this. And so I think I need to do something more along these lines of public. Yeah, I got to do something a little bit different. I kind of need just like an enum, public enum, sweeper images. All right, so we kind of need just like this enum that represents the different possible images we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, blank, flag, mine. So these are the different images we have. And maybe the dictionary is actually not even what we need. I just want to be able to look these up given my cell information. Which one of these do I get out? So my brain, I'm like muscling my way through this process here. And so I don't have the best solution, I don't think. I don't think this is the best solution. We'll keep playing with it. Sweeper images goes to a texture. I only want to load these once. Can I do a static import on this? Maybe I should just do sweeper image. We'll call it sweeper image. Sweeper image dot. What are you complaining about? Cannot convert sweeper image to sweeper images. I should have used the refactor tool here. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sigian add. This is essentially the same thing as add. You can index into arrays, into dictionaries in C# using array syntax, like this. I think I just have my information slightly ill-defined. Blank, flag, mine. And so this should be blank, flag, and mine, like this. So we can add those in. I just don't want to be stringly referencing these things. All right, so this is gonna initialize, I'm gonna change this to load textures. All right, so we're gonna have this be load textures, and so essentially our static constructor, static sweeper board renderer, we'll call load textures. So it will force this thing to get initialized properly. So our static constructor does that. If you haven't seen a static constructor before, folks, static constructors, if you have code that you need to run anytime you use a class, so before any instances are instantiated, you can create a static constructor, and this ensures that this code is run once when the, essentially once the first time sweeper board render is like, it's quote unquote imported into somewhere. So we can force the load textures to happen when it's referenced. We might also put this somewhere else. Let me do one more thing here. We're gonna say if we're gonna make sure this only handles textures dot count is 0. It is not equal to 0. We just won't do anything. So I want to make sure this only happens once. We can get rid of that clear. So it says if the counts really, okay, hang on. I just don't want to do the null thing. I don't want to do a null check. All right. So it'll always have it be new. And then if it's not equal to 0, we return. We'll say if it's greater than 0. Okay. So this will ensure that it happens once. And if we need it to happen, maybe I don't know. I'm letting myself overcomplicate something. Okay, so now that we have these, we can render these to the screen. And like my question is, do I want to create new sprites or have a sprite associated with each cell position combination? We just sort of set that sprite image. Oh yeah, the sprites, their positions actually never change. The positions of the sprites will never change. So I think I actually want to have in my board here, we're gonna have a private dictionary from position to sprite. All right, these are gonna be our sprites. And then we just change the texture on them as we go. Equals new. And maybe I could position to sprites. I could even make this a grid, like a 2-dimensional array. That would be another option. But I kind of like, so I have these positions coming in, it's gonna be kind of nice to be able to just pull them out. And so we'll be able to just sort of set the texture on them. When we create a board, let's go ahead and I'm gonna create a method called init sprites. Like this, so we'll do a private void init sprites. And this is just gonna initialize, and we'll just make it so anytime the board changes, we have to reinitialize the sprites. So maybe I'm thinking maybe this should be like a property with a setter on it. We just have to make sure that anytime the board changes, sprites also changes in that way. So init sprites here, I kind of don't like what let me think about this. I think I need to make this a property. I think I want to make this a property. So public board, board. And it's going to have a get that just returns underscore board, but the sets board equal to value and then calls init sprite. So we make sure that if the board changes, the sprites get reset up, because we need a sprite for every position, and then the board can have a new size on it like that. And so instead of doing underscore board, we'll just do a regular board is equal to board like this. And this is where like I'm annoyed because it says must contain a non-null value when exiting constructor for underscore board. So there's like these weird warnings, not weird, but warning now that it's saying like, well, this could be null. And so now I never quite know how to deal with this properly, in that I know that our board, and I guess one option, just do board and then force init sprites to happen this way. I just don't like it, because if I end up changing this setter, so if anyone knows how to get around this, let me know, because I would like to be able to do board equals board, which will trigger this to run, which happens to set underscore board. And this warning is telling me that that I'm not setting underscore board because I'm doing it indirectly here. So if anyone happens to know a nice way to bypass this warning without putting the thing in here that's like pragma, ignore warning, that would be helpful. The other option would be this, and then call board and call the init sprite, stuff like that. So just a little bit annoyed by that, but we'll call init sprites. I'm gonna leave this warning in here so to remind me to figure that out, because I know it's getting set here. Okay, examined like this. Welcome home, Lance. Thank you for lurking, my friend. I know, Captain Coder knows there's many places to lurk on the Twitch, and we appreciate you choosing to lurk here. We love having you here, Lance. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Sounded like it might have been a little bit rough, but I'm happy you're home. I hope you're getting some rest and relaxation in. All right, so we need to loop through all of the positions of our board. So we can do for each position in board dot positions, and we're just going to create a new sprite for each one. So we create a reference, and so in our sprites at position, is there an empty constructor for these? There is. So you can just create an empty sprite. The idea is we're going to set some width and heights on them, and really I think these are going to be 48 by 48 int rect. All right, so new int rect 48 by 48, and these are magic. Oh, you can't just do int rect like that. Int rect. Oh, interesting. Top left, bottom. Okay, so we're not going to do that. Oh, maybe we will actually, because we do know the exact position. Okay, I'm going to create some constants here. Create some constants. Public static const, is const global? I don't know. Public const cell size 48, and actually it's 49, which is kind of hilarious in my mind, is that it's 49. That's the width and height of our sprites. So we'll do that. And so we should be able to calculate this. We'll call this int rect equals new. I bet it's going to require me to give it all. It doesn't require me to give it all those, but we'll do a rect here. And the rect, we can figure out, we know we have a left. Let's look at it again. In our constructor, position and size, beautiful. Position and size is what we can give it. Can I give it a float rect? Is there a float rect? Float rect. Cannot convert. Oh, hang on. This should be a sprite. What did the constructor for a sprite take? Texture. Oh, a texture and an int rect. All right. So the default texture should actually be the. What's interesting is blank is not. We need one more called like unselected, but we'll go with blank for now. And I'm thinking maybe if it's clicked on, you just remove it from the screen. So we're gonna go with textures of sweeper image dot blank. So we're gonna get the blank out. And then can I do a float rect here? Well, let me do float rect. Sprites have to be an int rect. That makes sense because turns out pixels on the screen happen to be discrete. So I guess it makes sense that you couldn't do a float without doing some anti-aliasing stuff under the hood. So that makes sense. All right, so now we want to give it in a position. So vector to I position. Is it where we got to import this from somewhere? SFML, neat. Yeah, I'm actually really enjoying this. So not position, let's be screen position, or position on screen. And this is gonna be equal. But by the way, folks, Proton Fig, folks, if you guys aren't familiar with Proton Fig, Proton is an astounding Commodore 64 coding guru, musician and graphician. Absolute legend, folks. Makes some amazing chiptune music. Maybe we'll listen to some of that in a minute. I have to pull it up here. My setup's a little bit different than it used to be. That's why I haven't been listening to it on stream, Proton. But he has this amazing SoundCloud, fantastic stream. What are you waiting for? Give him some love, folks. Hit that little heart. Give Proton a shot. always streaming, stream some of the longest streams I've ever seen. I love hanging out over there when I can. So the position on screen is going to be position.column times cell size, and position.row times cell size. All right. So we take the row and column, position on screen. And if we look at this int rec, our constructor is position and size. Okay, so we'll do a new rect here. And these are structs, right? These are structs. So if we created a constant for it, it wouldn't matter. So I was thinking about potentially making a constant for it, but we'll do position on screen, comma, and then vector 2i size is new. Doing this shouldn't matter. Cell size, because these are value types. Vector I is a struct, so it's a value type. It's not saved on the heap. Could I, I think maybe if I did it here, it would save a very, very minor amount. Proton says, I just got first work in progress done for the Roguecraft game music on Amiga. Awesome. Let's listen to that. That sounds awesome. See if I can crank this up. Oh, my mouse scroll got inverted. Very, very quiet. Give me a second. Hopefully that's not too loud now. Let me restart this. Proton, thank you for sharing this. Proton, excellent music. I love your music. Proton for sharing 50 points. This chiptune music here, made by the incredible Proton Fig, folks. How's the volume? Is it too loud? Yeah. What a vibe. How many channels does the Amiga have? Like audio channels. Ooh. Four channels. Oh man, this is awesome. I'm always impressed at how much you can get done. You specifically get done with just 2 channels. Oh, 4 channels. 2 left, 2 right. I'm insane. Excellent. This is awesome work. Let's see if we can get this to render here. So all of our sprites here. So the idea is that we need to set the. It'd be nice to have a node. I don't have events in this, and that's okay. It's a little bit too complex for that. We started all with blank. Let's see if we can get these rendered on the screen. For each position. Render position would be window.draw. I don't need the render here anymore. Window.draw. We're going to pull it out here from sprites at position. The idea, we need to like update sprite textures here. So there's a thing we'll have to do to update the sprite textures. Let's see if we get this. When we run this, do we get our blanks on the screen? We didn't. Oh, I never caught. It's because I don't think I ever made one of these. So over here in our program, we're gonna make a board. So we're gonna import using captaincoder.core. We're also gonna have to do using CaptainCoder.MineSweeper to create a board. I'm gonna clear this off. Board equals new board. Well, let's do 8 rows, 10 columns. Then we're gonna do a sweeper board renderer. Board renderer is equal to a new. Gonna accept the board. Now we have a board renderer we can call board.render. Board renderer.render. And pass in board. No, we don't pass in anything. We pass in window here. Okay, so we're gonna render ourselves onto this window. And before we do that though, let's, just to get some stuff in here, we're gonna place random mines. We're gonna leave the top left corner blank. And let's add in 10 mines. Let's render this up. Wonderful, amazing music, Proton. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Folks, if you're not following Proton, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You gotta go check Proton out. Check out that amazing chiptune music. Thanks again for popping in, Proton. So nice to have you here. All right, we got a window open here. It drew them all here. It looks like it drew them all here. Let's try one more time. Kill this. Why? I wish I had. We set the position this way. So that was interesting. That didn't quite work. Oh, because I see. Oh, no. Vector, here, hang on. Let's look at this interact. Left and top should be position and then size, width and height. Left and top. I'm a little surprised this didn't work. I didn't get any, so I think we're pulling out all of the sprites. They're only rendering all in the top left corner there. Corfless says, update, I'm doing 2 steps out of 10 steps on an assignment, and that is just part 1 of 4 parts. Sounds like a lot of work, my friend. You're working through a database project, is that correct? Did I catch that correctly on the first one? I feel like I have way too much arbitrary information coming through in the chat. So I apologize, folks. I'm gonna have to clean that up. I have an error here. I feel like there's too much Captain Coder promotion going on in the chat. It's driving me nuts. I was trying to make sure that the giveaway information was there. But I think I messed something up. So now we're getting all kinds of extra stuff coming out. Like, it seems like every couple of minutes. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me, but it's driving me nuts. I'm gonna turn off this one. Disable that one. That one's okay. Oh, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Interesting. Okay. Hopefully that will be a little bit less noisy. Cheap Grams asks, this is a course for your students. Yeah, not the database course, but I'm making this mine. It's a project for my student. This MineSweeper project is going to be for my students. Yes. Or this is sort of me figuring out how to do this stuff so I can actually build a project for them. It'll get massaged into something a little bit more concrete and straightforward with sort of step-by-step instructions. Saying like, okay, well now we need to do this thing and here's why. We're gonna, this is how we load such and such. I'm a little annoyed here by this. I'm gonna try something here. We're gonna do sprite s equals this. We're eventually gonna draw s, and I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get rid of this rect thing here. And I'm gonna try s dot position is equal to, because this one's a 2f. Interesting. We'll try this. I'm gonna try this, see if this draws it correctly. And then I'm not sure what's going on over here, if this works. Let's see if we can run this. There we go, my grid gets drawn nicely on the screen now. That's fascinating. It'd be nice to get it to be centered on the screen a little bit, or be the exact size, whatever we might want to do. That looks pretty good. So this does not do what I thought it would do. We're just gonna have it do this, and then we will set the position directly like this. We'll do sprite. I missed a curly brace. I accidentally deleted curly brace. Don't do that. We'll say sprite is equal to a new sprite with the blank texture. We're gonna put S here. I'm gonna rename this cell sprite. And then cell sprite dot position is going to be equal to, I deleted it, but we can do it again. We can calculate it. New position. Cell sprite, sorry, not cell sprite. New position is going to be align buttons by center. I don't quite understand your comment, Sigian. I don't quite understand your comment. Position dot column times cell size. Are you just saying like centered on the screen? Position dot row times cell size. Because I think it'd be nice to center it on the screen. It's gonna tell me that I should. What is this? How many initialization can be simplified? Sure. Tell me how. I think it's telling me that I want to do this. Position equals and texture equals. I think this is what it's telling me to do. New, there's no target type for new. What is the type? Let's look here. Texture, get set, color, position. Can I not do it that way? All right, so I can do it this way. Interesting. And we'll set it this way. All right, so I think it's just it's saying I should do it this way. All right, let's give this a shot. I have a rogue S somewhere. There it is, draw. And so this is going to be to draw, again, so sprite to draw is equal to our sprites at this position. And we also got to update that sprite with the prop. We're going to have to change the texture to be the correct texture. All right, let's try it now. We should still get that grid out. Beautiful. We got the grid. Can we get it to show the numbers? I know that they're not revealed. And so we want to do one more thing here. I'm gonna write a thing called update sprite, which is going to take in a position and the cell, and then it's going to set the correct texture on it. It's going to make it so that it'll have the right texture, the proper texture. Public, private, void. We'll put this up here. Update sprite, position, and then cell examined. I don't even need this, actually. It shouldn't take in the cell. I can do that directly in here. So we're gonna, for each, when we go to draw, we need to update the sprite. And we may not even have to do this. We probably don't have to do this every time we render. It's likely that every time we click a button, so this is where like an event system would be nice, is anytime we should be able to register on the board and say when the board state changes, potentially update something. But I don't want to have to teach my students about event systems just yet. So we're just gonna, for now in the renders where we're gonna put it, but likely we'll move update sprite out to be after the user interacts, we update the sprite at that specific location. This is just me testing something out here to see if I can get it working. Only takes in the position. So there's actually some great inefficiencies that's happening here. And so we're gonna do texture. Texture is gonna be equal to, and we're gonna do a switch here on our examined dot state. Examined dot contents. And Sigyn, I'm sorry, this is where that gross switch statement's gonna be coming back into play here. And maybe instead of texture, we'll call this our sweeper image to image. And this is based on the, and maybe I could break it down to be a little bit less horrible. Image state contents and then board to be our board, capital board dot count neighbor mines at position. So put a switch here. This is going to determine which image we use. And so if for now, I'm not going to deal with all things, but the idea would be that if the examined dot state happens to be cell state dot unknown, we don't care about the other cells, and so we actually are just going to return board sweeper image dot blank. We don't know anything, so we just return blank. Cell state dot, and this switch here could probably be replaced with some sort of class that does, again, is going to do this internally. It says like, oh, well, if I have a cell that's unknown, it means this thing. And then it'd be like subclass. We could do like some kind of weird factory thing here, but that feels over-engineered in my mind. So if it's not unknown, so cell state dot flagged. If it's flagged, we also don't care about the other two values. And so we're going to return the sweeper image dot flag. Real paddywhack, you looking for points command maybe? Trying to check your points out, get some pointage, see where you stand. Try points. Otherwise, we must be in the cell state dot rebuild, right? So I'm thinking maybe we break this down a little bit more where we say, well, I'm gonna do cell state here. This will be a little bit nice. We're gonna Sigyn, I think your comment on that makes me realize that this needs to be something like this. And then I'll have another method that helps us find this. That was it. Awesome. 467 points. Real paddywhack. You're on your way. You're on your way up, my friend. Thank you for hanging out with us. That's right, folks. You get points. It's 100 points per hour. Maybe that's not enough. But I'm pretty generous. Generous is a funny word. I give out lots of points just for being here to witness in momentous occasions. Lunoria, 904 points. Ooh, Lunoria, very nice. Very nice. With 904 points, you know what you can get? You know what you can get with 904 points? If you so want, folks. For 900 points, not even 900, for 750 points, if you'd like me to serenade you, I will make up a song to sing to you based on your username. Or you can have me generate an AI song using OpenAI. So for 750 points, you could also, story time. Story time's another option. If you just want me to read you a nice little story generated by an AI, I'm happy to do that too. All right, so if we're revealed, I'm gonna write some revealed image. I would give you 750 points, not serenade you. Fair enough. All right, so when we get the revealed image, there's two things we need. Specifically, we need the cell contents and then the number of neighbors, actually. Real Paydex says, honestly, I kind of like this system better than the standard channel point stuff. I think it's neat that you have more control that way. Yeah, there's things I like about it. I wish it was more obvious that you had points and you could do stuff. Something I've thought about is writing a web browser extension called like the Captain Coder Twitch extension that will add in your points and stuff into the directly onto the chat for you. I think that might be a fun little stupid project to do because I'm not an affiliate. So our regular channels, I'm not an affiliate, so I don't want to have the Twitch ads on my channel. So I've not become an affiliate. I also cross stream to YouTube, and if you're an affiliate, you can't cross stream. Yeah, so I'm not an affiliate. You can't have. If they let you be an affiliate without having ads on your channel, I totally would. I'm so against targeted, not even just targeted, it's like showing, yeah, I don't know. I feel maybe I should get over it. I'm not trying to make money or anything on using Twitch. I'm just here because I'm having a good time. So we're gonna need, and then for now, revealed image. Let's start with this. Let's start with this private sweeper image, revealed image, and this will take in a cell contents. And so it's either going to be a mine content, or there's something there, or it's either going to be empty or mine. And so I do think I want to do, because I have the position information here, I'm going to go and do board dot count neighbor mines of this position. So this is going to be an int neighbor mines. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick check here that says if contents is equal to cell contents dot mine, we are just going to return sweeper image dot mine. Otherwise, we need to pull out the correct image. So in this case, I'm going to return a switch on neighbor mine switch, and then we're going to do it here. All right. That said, folks, while I'm doing it, we have a new crew member, folks. I don't know if you guys saw, but we have a new crew member, 404 not found. What a beautiful way to spell that out. 404 not found is here, and you are part of the crew now. 404 not found, I'd like to thank you for following me today. 404 is here and followed me. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. 404, welcome my friend to the crew. 404 not found, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. If you didn't know it, I'm Captain Coder. Captain Coder's me, and I am a computer science educator. I teach computer science at a school for ages 10 to 14, and we are here as a crew learning to code and grow and code together. So thank you so much for the follow. I hope you enjoy your stay. If I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, I think I got this one right, just let me know. Grayson says, evening, Captain. Good morning from me to you, Grayson. Welcome aboard. I love all your memes. That you've been posting over on the Discord, my friend. It's been a couple days. I saw you posting them over on Mirasonic Rex's. Mirasonic Rex is also awesome. But thank you for posting those memes, making me chuckle, making me giggle, giving me a good old time. Folks, if you don't know though, Mirasonic Rex is an astounding indie game developer working on a genre-bending game inside a game inside of a game. It's called This Is the Game. You have returned, you're in the game, you take the role of like a game developer, you've come back to an old project, and the game has continued running on its own and has not, it's changed since you left. You gotta check it out, it looks awesome. If you guys aren't following Mirasonic Rex, check her out. Streams most weekdays, Monday through Friday, usually a little bit after I stop, like an hour or two after I stop. Grayson says, just doing my job. Thanks, Grayson. Grayson, I'm not sure if you know. I haven't seen you yet this week, I don't think. But Do not forget, folks, we have a giveaway happening. If you want to win yourself a Captain Coder laser engraved tumbler, get on the Discord, get over to the giveaways, click on one of those reactions to get yourself entered to win, folks. Entered to win. Grayson, you might want yourself a Captain Coder laser engraved orange tumbler. Corvo says, update from co-working, doing 10% so far. Nice work, my friend. Twitch panel, you might want to remove the game design and AI stuff as it is not appearing anymore on the Humble Bundle. Is it automatically saying game design and AI? Oh, I see, down at the bottom, Yeah, you're right. I don't have it, it's not available anymore. Thanks, Core, I appreciate that. All right, so if there are 0 mines, I need an image that's for nothing, but for now I'm just gonna say image dot blank, and I'm gonna put a to do need a cleared image. All right, so we need a cleared image. Otherwise, we're just gonna go do sweeper image dot 1, 2, and we'll just copy and paste 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and otherwise we're real sad. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I could do a thing where I say, well, I set this up so that it would be +1 or something, but I like to be explicit this way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Something else I could potentially do would, I'm gonna leave this for now. And then we're gonna add in a throw exception here, not implemented, and then we'll add a default case here. So this is gonna get us all of our sprites, hopefully. You have laser engraved Capitan Coder, that's right. We got laser engraved, MMO Pug does laser engraving. Look at this, laser engraved Captain Coder tumbler. Look at how beautiful this is. Brought to us by our very own MMO Pug. We're doing a giveaway on that, folks. He sent me a bunch of swag, which is awesome. So I'm figuring out how to do giveaways. This one, we're doing one a week for now. We gave away some Captain Coder socks. Those weren't, so folks, we also did some Captain Coder socks. Cheap Grams won himself some Captain Coder socks. I mean, you got a laser engraver. I don't have one. MMO Pug does. I think MMO Pug does, or uses another company for it. Yeah, so MMO Pug sent me a big old box of swag. It was amazing. Thank you again, MMO Pug, for doing that. So we're gonna call reveal image here with this information. What is this complaining about? Does not access instance data. Okay, so it's saying this should be static. That's fair. Like that, and position. Okay, image. Okay, so now that we have the sweeper image, we need to update the sprite to update. Is our sprites at this position? To update dot texture is going to be equal to image. Sorry, not image. Textures of image. Okay. What does .cs stand for? C#. Stands for C#. We're programming in some C#. Good. That's a good question. Okay. So I'm hoping this will update these. I am going to, for now, comment these out because I don't have inputs from. No worries, my friend. No worries. To see if we can just see the numbers on them real quick, and it might actually give us some errors here. I'm curious. Yeah, crashed. Method not implemented. Oh, interesting. Line 52. Oh. Let's do this for now. I just wanted to see whether or not this would would update that texture. Revealed image, examine.contents, board dot count neighbors of position like this. Let's give that a try again. I keep reading. This looks similar to Python. Interesting. I personally don't think this looks that much like Python, but maybe. Maybe. I do think C# has some beautiful syntax. So we have curly braces. It's a C-based language. It looks a lot like C. Okay, so we do have these shown up on the screen. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm really, really happy with that. Next. Okay, I'm really like, I think maybe John, were you the one that recommended SFML? I am loving it. I am loving it. John, was that you who recommended SFML? It's so good. It's so good. John, for making all my dreams come true, 200 points to you, my friend. Thank you so much for your contributions to society, to the stream, to my well-being. I appreciate you. SFML, I need an SFML command apparently. It is the it is the simple, fast media library. Yeah, they have bindings in a bunch of languages. SFML, if we just look for SFML here, this is what we're doing. This is what we're using. SFML, good stuff here. Simple and fast media library. It works cross-platform. We're going to test it out on Mac later today. I have a Mac. We're going to test it out on Linux as well. I need something that's cross-platform. So what I'm going for is I want something that's cross-platform. So this cuts out a lot of like the default C# stuff that people might use. And it is displayed in the window. Grayson asks, might not so great question, but are pictures imported when you hit run and it displayed in the windows? I don't quite understand the question. So the images are loaded at the start of the program. So the textures all get loaded early on, and then they get sort of set to those sprites. Maybe John asks, how long am I streaming for? Another 20-ish minutes. About 20 more minutes, and I gotta get back in. Does SFML work with Unity? No, I highly doubt you. It would be really, that would be interesting. I wonder if you could put it in you can, let's look real quick. That would be an interesting idea. It might, this is interesting. Let's go look. Let's SFML a NuGet package. So the question that you really have to ask is, what platform is it compiled for? Frameworks. What frameworks does it work on? There are no supported frameworks. So that is interesting. It says no supported frameworks, so maybe it won't. So if it was for .NET Standard 2.1, you could work on, or earlier, it would technically work in a Unity project that is a desktop-based applications. Grayson asks, images are set in a matrix. Yeah, so then I initialize them like this. All right, so when our board gets created, we create a series of sprites that are based off positions on the screen. So they're based off positions on the screen, and then we basically just set the texture on that sprite. It is getting rendered way too frequently, so we clear the screen and render it over and over. That we don't need to be doing that. But we're just playing around with it right now. Intro to SFML offstars, I'd try it. So maybe we might do some offstars, I'm not sure. I am learning SFML right now just myself. I'm hoping to put a project together and I'll be happy to share it with anyone, but a project that walks you through a lot of this stuff. Image one is equal to position. So I have this array from positions to sprites. So we go from our position to a sprite. And so the position is a board position like 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, etc. So the positions here are linked to the sprites itself. And then this update sprite goes ahead and re-ups that sprite. Sprite is incrementation of the next location. Again, I don't quite understand that, but if we want to, let's go look at what the sprite is incrementation of the next location. Not quite. So our board, that's a good question. Let's go look at our board here. So we have our board class, and our board class is actually made up of a 2D array of cells. And so these cells know, this should maybe be called cell state. indicates the next position on the board. The sprites actually don't really know much about the position on the board at all, actually. The board itself is able to calculate information about the board. Part of this is I want my students to write lots of for loop stuff. So they're going to be practicing writing a variety of different for loops for this project. And so it's a little bit different. Lance says, home and settled, can take it easy and rest. Get some rest, Lance. Thank you so much for hanging out. As always, keep coding, keep growing, be the best you can be, and I'll catch you again in the future. You're welcome back anytime. I don't know if I'm answering your question, Grayson, but the sweeper board renderer, so position to sprites. So the sprites themselves know where they sit on the board, and then we have this sort of lookup here that knows how to determine. So given the board, we can say, look at the board, tell me about this cell. And if it's unknown, it's gonna be blank. We can right click the flag. We haven't added that in yet. So next step is to make it so I can actually click on some stuff. So I need to get sort of user inputs on our window, and I'm hoping to do that now. SFML, and I lost the link here, SFML GitHub, here we go. So I was hoping to search this window to see if I can do user inputs. I wanna be clicking on the window. Input events, right? With on-screen listener. On-screen listener, SFML on-screen listener. I don't know if that's events explained. So we're gonna look at events here. So it's gonna be based on event switch event. Oh, cool. So it's gonna be something like this. It's gonna be some kind of listener. So I'm gonna look for event here in this repository, see if I can find this library. Events. All right, so window events. All right, so an event here, closed, resized, mouse wheel move to stop, sleep, mouse wheel scroll, mouse button pressed. This is, I think, what we want. Maybe we might have to do a mouse button moved as well to get that information. Key events, that sort of thing. Mouse events. So maybe we can find an example of it. Let's search for mouse. Mouse scrolled, mouse pressed. Okay, here's, and this is our C++ example. It might just be our C example. This looks like C++ example. Yes, I'm using a library called SFML, Simple Fast Media Library. This is my first time using this with C#. And I will say, I used SFML and C++ a long time ago. Yeah, they explicitly say that on their website that they haven't recreated the C# examples, but the API is almost identical is essentially what they say. So I'm hoping to be able to come in here and get these events out. Let's look in here in our examples. There's not an event. It doesn't look like there's event examples here. Maybe though. On net core, no. So let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can look at this and pull stuff out here, because I am kind of curious how to get them through. Grayson, I hope you're, that's my whole goal here, is to be informative, semi-educational, and fun and exciting. And then I hopefully will be building out some projects to share with you guys. And I'm gonna be doing it for my students. I'm pretty sure this is gonna turn into a project that I can share with everyone as well. Event.type. So the question is, can I loop dispatch events? Call the event handlers for each pending event. So I must have to register events. Window, not event, wait and dispatch events. So I'm curious as how do I add events to the capture? No, not capture. Let's go look at the window API. Serious fast media library, exactly. Call the event handlers. So my question is, how do I create events? Here we go. We can add event handlers here. Event handlers, mouse moved, mouse released, mouse button pressed. Tommy says, sorry, had to drop off. Want to wrap up some work stuff. Always welcome to drop off. There's you don't have to. No, nothing to apologize about, Tommy. I hope you got some stuff done. All right, I hope you got some stuff done. So we're gonna register on this mouse button pressed. So let's add a method here. All right, so window.mouse button pressed plus equals, and I don't know what the arguments, this must be, if we look at this event here, we have to have an event handler of type mouse arg. So we got to figure out how to make one of these event or register. So event handler. Let's look at event handler. It's a delegate of type sender and args. All right. So let's see if we can make an event handler. Handle mouse button pressed like this. And handle mouse button pressed. Let's pop in here. This is likely going to need to take mouse button event args. I'm pretty sure this is args event, like event evt. We'll do this, and for now, stop it. Console.writeLine. You clicked. I'm gonna just do a you clicked here, and we're gonna see if we can register this event handle. Mouse button pressed. Okay, not quite. What is it saying? Does not match the delegate. So I need to make a delegate that looks like this. Sender. All right, so let's add in an object sender. So object sender. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Like this. So this is going to be an event. I like this because it's not something that's in I guess technically the dispatch event's going to happen and do it. Tommy Luco says, sorry, I missed so much. Here. What did we miss here? Not blazingly fast, Grayson says, possibly. It would be blazingly fast if it was written in Rust, probably. It would compile blazingly slow though. Rust compilation times always feel like super long. Tommy Luke says, no matter the context. It's true though. Rust stuff is super fast. That's how I felt about Haskell programs. Haskell and OCaml tend to have like really amazing fast compiled execution times, which is really impressive for how high level those languages tend to be. Tommy says, NeoVim, please. NeoVim, with a split keyboard, exactly. Whenever I stream, basically never happens. I always use Nano to trigger people. Gotta use Nano. Oh, man. Oof, not a fan. Easy to use in the terminal, kind of. Maybe John says, maybe you can just access the mouse directly from a mouse class. Possibly. Did someone say Emacs? I am, so just so you know, I used Emacs. I used Vim for years, and then I fell in love with Emacs. We do get an X and Y position. All right, cool. Console.writeLine. Is there a toString on the event? Let's try it. Already triggered you. Mission complete. Mission accomplished. Why are people always trying to make people upset? Is it just a funny thing to do? Button clicked. Beautiful, folks. We can click on the screen now and we get the position. Okay, awesome. So we should be able to forward that position to our board. To check information on it. And we're super close here. I'm super close. I'm gonna put in a method here called public void handle click. I'm actually gonna move this in here to this class. All right, we're gonna public void handle click. All right, we got to import this. This is probably from the window, yeah, SFML window. And then rather than registering it here, we're gonna register it on our board renderer.handle mouse. Oh, this needs to be public. Did I set it private? Yeah, public. Public. Format made you look is a classic. It is. Mupsis, it is. It's the made you client. It's the adult version of that. That's hilarious. I never thought about that. Board renderer. There we go. So we should get that in here. Okay, so when we click we need to take our X and Y and translate it to a position. So I'm gonna do position pos is equal to our EVT dot X. So we're gonna do a new here, X divided by, so Y. So we do row column, our row column, EVT dot Y divided by our cell size, EVT dot X divided by our cell size, to do the translation here. And then I'm gonna do write console, just some debug information, write line, clicked, pause. And really, in our board, we're gonna do board dot reveal pause, like this, board dot reveal pause, and we'll do an update sprites. Can I do an update sprites? Oh, update sprite, we only have to update that position unless we blew up. If we blew up, then we reveal everything. Oh, this is great. So I don't have to do update sprite every render. This is nice. This is nice. So this is returning our reveal should return whether or not we've lost. All right, so we get a board state, state. And we're gonna say if state is equal to board state dot plane, we just reveal that one position. Else, so otherwise we've won or lost. And so then we're just gonna do a for each position in board dot positions. We'll just reveal all update sprite position. So this should actually cause everything to be revealed like that. I missed so much in the chat. Did someone already say Emacs? Sorry, I missed. Let's come back. Oh, I didn't miss so much in the chat. It just thought I did. Real Petty says nothing wrong with Nano. I'll die on the hill. It's not feature rich. It's easy to use, simple, easy to use in the terminal. Grayson says, was a pleasure being here in chat today. Got to go to work and work on some apps. Enjoy your work, my friend. Looking forward to all those memes. Have yourself a beautiful, as always, keep coding, keep growing, be the best you can be, and you are welcome back anytime. Anytime. All right, so we're gonna see if this will actually reveal stuff on the screen. We might have ourselves basically a playable MineSweeper game here. Maybe. Oh, look at that. All I really need, oh, maybe not. Yeah, we do. Let's see if I can blow myself up here. There we go. Blew myself up. All right. So the one thing is we need to make it so that our buttons clear out if they're not clicked on. Or if you click on them, there's nothing there. So this is cool. This is cool. All right, we basically have a almost working sweeper game. It is very intuitive, I'll say, about Nano. It's supposed to be a feature-rich, complicated error. It's not, exactly. That's why it's called Nano. It's tiny. That's the whole point of it. I'm really happy with this. One thing I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna make a empty sprite, or cleared sprite. Let's open up Inkscape here real quick. We're gonna go over just a little bit. I have, it's only 7:55. All right, I got 7 more minutes actually. I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. Did my computer just crash? Am I still here? Can people still hear me? Everything on my screen has frozen. I may just be talking to myself right now. Oh, there it goes. Just took it a second. We'll open our recent buttons. You're still hearing me. We can see you, we can hear you. My computer just sort of locked up in a weird way. So we're gonna I'm gonna duplicate this. We just need to make one that looks finished, essentially. And so I was just gonna make this empty, set fill, set stroke to blank. And we're gonna export this as we come back up to our SFML sweeper, assets, buttons, cleared. Like that. I know it's a weird thing to have just a blank cleared image. What we're gonna do? Smab, welcome back, my friend. So nice to see you. So nice to see you on this beautiful day. This is gonna be cleared. So we have to add in a cleared here. Cleared. And then we're gonna add in a texture dot cleared, like that. All right, let's see if we got it. Tommy says, assume that it is a beautiful day in the UK. You assume that it is a beautiful day in the UK. I just hope you're having a beautiful day. All right, so we can clear these out. like that. God, this is an ugly game. But we basically have Sweeper working. After all my struggles with mono game, SFML, Simple Fast Media Library, loving it. Doesn't UK have like 80% rain days? I don't know. I like that someone once said SMAB, the name SMAB UK implies that there's a SMAB in many other places as well. I always love that. Tommy Luke says, Windows was probably downloading and installing updates in the background, probably. I'm happy to hear it's a nice day over there, Smap. How are you on this beautiful, beautiful day? Smap, have you happened to use SFML before? I really like it. I really, really like the simplicity of it. And basically, you know, no strings attached stuff going on with it. I'm really, really liking it. We got a new crew member, folks, Agent SVR, or is it Agents VR? Agent SVR, Agents VR. Agent SVR is part of the crew today. Agent SVR, I'd like to thank you for following me. Welcome aboard, my friend. You are welcome here at Captain Coder's Academy. I said welcome to you today. Excuse me, Agent SBR, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Happy to have you here on this beautiful Wednesday. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you happen to be in the world. We need to work on that. Yeah, that was rough. That one was rough. So sorry. So sorry for you know, I'm still getting over a cold. Agent SBR, for having to suffer through that terrible song. 50 points for you. And 50 points to everyone for suffering through that with us together. Smap says, was supposed to be a mini heat wave this week, but that never happened. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're not dealing with the heat wave. Okay. I'll try and do it. You know, I'm happy to try and sing a better song. That one was rough. That one was rough. If you guys noticed, I started noticing this thing where I repeat the things I say like 2 or 3 times. So I said that's rough. And I said, that's rough again. I wonder if that's something that I've learned as a teacher or it's just part of my personality. It's very strange to me. I started noticing it a few days ago as I repeat myself over and over. It's like, I just repeat myself over and over. It's really, I repeat myself over and over. Yeah, I just repeat myself over and over. It's a little weird. Feels strange. I think the repetition is done so you take time to think. That's probably what it is. I think it's going through my brain multiple times. Can you repeat it one more time? You know, I repeat myself over and over. I didn't listen. You missed it. Okay, let's take a look here. I think it's because I don't stop and think about what I'm saying. It just sort of spews out, and it's sort of, what do they call it? Like when you're writing and you just write everything that comes to your mind. A stream of consciousness talking. It's stream of consciousness talking. It's stream of consciousness talking. There I go again. Spaced repetition is a good learning tool. It is. I think when I teach, I explicitly do it. I explicitly do it when I'm teaching, and I just was wondering whether or not that's something that, because I do it as a teacher, I've learned it. All right, we got our board positions revealed. What was interesting, okay. In my program, I want to get rid of this random place mines here. And the first time we click, we need to know whether or not we've done it. Tommy Luke says, you should listen to Harry Mack on how he does freestyle rap. That might help you avoid repetition while inventing new songs. Yeah, I don't know if inventing's the best word. For ad-libbing might not even be the best word, but attempting to ad-lib. Logoria, that's exactly right. Spewing forth my stream of consciousness to the masses. Oh man, that's good. Will you require students to be commenting code on a project like this? So the way I tell students to comment is anything public. So I have them they have a linter on. Anything that's public requires a documentation comment. Anything that's public requires a documentation comment. If it's not public, you don't have to comment it, is how I explain it. But anything, so you have to provide documentation comments. That's the one thing that I do. So students, so it teaches, so it's really nice because it teaches students about encapsulation, because no one wants to write comments. And so students go, oh, well, I'm going to mark everything private. And then they learn about encapsulation very, very quickly when you do that. It's pretty funny. We got another crew member, folks. Benuka. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it right. Benuka, you are welcome to the crew today. Benuka. I welcome to the crew today. Thank you for following me. I think I need to get auto-tune. Benuka, thank you for following me. Benuka, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. So happy to have you here on this beautiful Wednesday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Thank you for trying extra for tuning this time. It was a lot better. Yeah, I'd say 50% of the time it's good, 50% of the time it's terrible. And, 1% of the time, so 101% of the time something happens. 1% of the times it's golden. It's golden. One time I tried to play guitar. It was terrible. So I apologize. Anyone who had to listen to me attempt to play guitar, I apologize for your ears. What am I doing here? Oh, I was going to make it the first time we click. I wanted to make it Guitar's Love, keep at it. I'm actually, I took guitar, I went to school to be a music educator. I just haven't been practicing guitar lately. I took guitar lessons for 3 years, so I'm actually pretty reasonable at guitar. I'm not the best, but I'm pretty reasonable. I can read music, I can read changes on guitar, or have in the past. It's just let myself get a little bit flustered the one time I tried to do it. So I do think I'm pretty reasonable at guitar. I used to play the trombone too back in high school. Trombone is my main instrument. That's beautiful. Maybe John, tromboning for life, my friend. Tromboning for life. I went to college to be a band director. Trombone was my main instrument. Tommy says, since I moved to Ireland, I actually have not played the guitar anymore. I haven't played trombone very much in a couple years. I gave when I moved most recently, I actually gave my trombone away to a middle school student. I hadn't played it in so long and it wasn't getting any use and I felt bad. So I gave it to a middle school trombone student, and just said, all I said was, make sure you pay it forward. Make sure that when you're done with it, take care of it. And when you're done with it, I want you to give it away to the next person. That was what I told the student. So I hope that pays it forward and moves forward like that. John says, how'd you decide to switch to CS? That's a good question. So I wanted to be a music teacher. I have a music education degree. While I was doing that, music education was really hard, and you didn't get a lot of respect. I felt like Rodney Dangerfield. You don't get no respect as a music teacher. It wasn't for me. I don't have the thick enough skin to muscle through that, unfortunately. And so I got really frustrated with that and said, you know what? I've been programming since I was 7. Been programming many years. I decided, you know what? I'm really upset with the music education. I'm just gonna go make a bunch of money. And so I got into computer science. I used to think that I'd do music education because I love teaching, and then I would do computer science, like programming stuff on the side. So I switched into computer science, fell in love with teaching computer science. So I became a computer science tutor when I was an undergrad, and then I went to grad school specifically for computer science education. And that's how I got into that. It turns out it's really hard to become a computer science teacher in public school system. They want you to teach a bunch of other stuff usually. And so I actually just recently in the last 3 years, been hired at independent schools. So I've been working at independent schools as a computer science teacher the last 3 years. I love it. Good questions. Cheap Gun says, I tell musicians I manage that just playing an instrument can make your live performance 10 times better. Interesting. My daughter's boyfriend is a professional musician. Good for him. Music industry is pretty cutthroat at certain levels, and fans are piranhas. You don't please them. Yes, if you don't please them, they'll eat you up and leave. Music's a brutal industry. Music education might even be more brutal. Yeah. If you want to listen to him, is it copyright? Let me ask you a question. Covered an Elvis song. It depends on how well it's covered. because I'm streaming to YouTube, it gets cut off. You know what? I'm gonna listen to it. That's his shtick, covering Elvis's songs. Yeah, I try and be careful not to do copyrighted music, on because of the YouTube stuff. Maybe I shouldn't care. I'm gonna bookmark it though. I'm gonna bookmark it. Thank you for sharing. Let's do a little bookmark here. I'm gonna bookmark this. We're gonna check it out. I'm gonna see. I just don't want to. Yeah. Sorry, Tommy. Sorry, I'm so self-conscious. I do have a VOD, so I live stream to YouTube specifically so that I keep the VODs in the background, and I've had issues with copyrighted music before. Get a separate audio source, connect it to YouTube, and remove it from VOD. I don't want to do that. I like there being background music. Yeah, I know I can do that. I've done it. I just don't want to. What I could probably do is set up like 2 audio sources and then do something specific where I can have it go there. You can still have the music, I think. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Like I might set it up to where but then I have to do, you can have separate, no, but I want the music on the VOD. I want the music on the VOD. I want the music on the VODs. Yeah. I don't want, otherwise then it's just silence on the VODs and it feels awkward and weird. Yeah, so I want the music on the VOD. What I could do is set it up so all of my music's coming through VLC. So I could potentially set it up so VLC still comes through, and then the VOD, that like all the other, there's like potentially other audio sources, for example, I could do it that way. So there are things I could do to get it set up. But yeah, setting up so the streaming source. So you will be uploading this. They're live on YouTube right now. They're live on YouTube right now. Captain Coder live over on YouTube. All the streams I do, almost all the streams I do, are live on YouTube. If you wanted to, right now, we can watch Captain in stereo. Look at me go. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. So there are things I could do to get it set up. Yeah, so we cross stream. It's one of the reasons I'm not an affiliate, is I like to cross stream to YouTube at the same time. So that way that I don't have to upload the VODs later. I just do it live. All right, folks, I think I got it. What are we doing here? I do have work in about 35 minutes, so I do have to hop off here. Agent SVR says, that's awesome. I learned the guitar also when I was 15 and some piano, went for school for environmental engineering, and ended up being software developer for 25 years. I've been doing software stuff for many years. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We're gonna find someone to raid here. We're gonna share some love out there in the universe. Pass it forward. ITC Studios, that's what we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid folks, if you don't know who ITC Studios is, ITC is an incredible indie game developer and pixel artist. She just started taking commissions. So if you want some commissions, yeah, we're gonna go raid Woomy, folks. We're gonna go raid Woomy, give her some love. One of my favorite people. She created my intro screen. These coffee mugs, dark bean water and dark fuel. These are made by Woomy, folks. Incredible pixel artist. Super fun stream. We're gonna go raid ITC Studios, folks. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. As always, keep coding, keep growing, be the best you can be, and you are welcome back anytime. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Once again, have a beautiful day. See you guys soon.